Welcome everyone to game number 1 in a best of 7 show match for $1,000 between TheMax and Hera. Just for the sake of my YouTube audience, I have Viper co-casting with me, and sorry if you don't want to see my face, I do that during 24-hour streams. Viper, it's it's free pick of civilizations, and Aztec War, probably no surprise, right?
But can they repeat civs though?
Free pick, no repeat. Game 1 is Arabia.
Okay, so no repeat.
And then game 7, if we get there, is also Arabia.
All right, sounds cool. Sounds good.
All right. Well, here we have in the blue TheMax, who Viper and I had the pleasure of meeting, and then also Hera, who we met recently in Manchester, which is why we're both sick. But Aztec War, pretty open maps for both players. Personally, I slightly favor like Hera's map because I think his woodlines are more secured, but I don't know if you agree or disagree on that, Viper.
I heavily favor Hera's map.
Yeah.
Because of the gold, pretty much.
Yeah.
If you look at the golds of TheMax, they're all super exposed on a hill, kind of.
Yeah.
If he doesn't control that hill, then he's gonna be in big trouble.
Yep. Both players played in Hidden Cup 2, and Max ended up facing you in the finals, and then Hera lost to the Fat Dragon in round 1. I think Hera certainly had the skill to beat many of the players in Hidden Cup 2, but Vivi is kind of the worst player to face up against Hera.
Yeah, I think Vivi has his number for some reason. I'm not sure why. It has to be some playstyle wise.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's I think he's beaten Hera now 2 or 3 times in a row in the tournament. So
yeah, I think players who are very good with forwards and towers give Hera some problems, like Tato and Vivi. Those are the two that come to mind. All right.
That does make sense.
So, do you remember in Manchester we talked about how you would guess the winner of each game at 5 minutes?
True. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Hera's already won. We can go to the next game.
Okay, perfect. Now, it's going to be really depressing if you get every single game right.
That's what I'm hoping for, man.
Yeah, just ruin my career.
Yeah, is it best of 7 or all 7 games played?
It's best of 7.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that one 3-hour Oasis game in ECL, I left the studio because I thought the game was over. I got back to my hotel, and then Suomi had come back, and then I went to bed thinking it was over then, and then there was another comeback in that one. So
yeah, I went earlier because I was not feeling too great.
Yeah,
but I closed the stream after game 3 because I saw the civs for the 4th game, which was Step.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, no chance for Suomi there, but apparently they won, and it was a 3-hour finale. So sick stuff.
I'm not jealous of the casters or the players, but so a bit of laming actually. I wasn't paying attention to Max's base. I think Max just pushed 3 deer, so he'll be fine.
Yeah. But
Hera snags the sheep. It will likely be a Man-at-Arm opening. So let me ask you this, Viper, because obviously it's a mirror matchup. Man-at-Arms is the norm with opening. Yeah. What determines how quickly you add that range? Because sometimes players will opt for farms, some players will opt for a very early archery range.
Yeah, so it depends.
Yes, of course.
That's my answer.
It depends on what? Come on, man. I could hear Debbie back there, by the way. She's like, of course it depends.
Well, I mean, it very much depends on how if you look at Hera right now, his map is sort of very safe in a couple of, in 30 seconds, his map is going to be super safe.
Yeah.
Max did back the sheep, by the way. So in his case, a range isn't super necessary for him to drop immediately, as a follow-up. If he loses the Man-at-Arms war, a range isn't going to be that crucial for him.
Yeah.
But if you look at TheMax's map, if he loses the Man-at-Arms war,
sorry, Hera was trying to gate in the eagle.
Okay.
Micro nerd.
Yeah. So if Max loses the Man-at-Arms war, loses all his Man-at-Arms, and there's 2 or 3 left for Hera, a follow-up range for him very quickly would be kind of not necessarily. It could also add some Man-at-Arms to fend it off, but it will be super annoying to deal with if he actually loses his whole early Man-at-Arms army, because his map is so open and vulnerable from every angle.
Yeah, I think the big thing is as both eagles are fighting at the same time, this will be very close. I think the big thing is how the first engagement goes. If you have more Man-at-Arms, I think you can get away with maybe adding the farms first.
Yeah.
Oof.
It depends a lot on how you want to like follow up as well. Like if you want to have that better economy or if you want to get units out on the map really fast.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, Hera's coming forward. He did kill Max's Eagle, so Max is unaware of where the units are, and Max is running forward now. This is where Max's map could really hurt him. He also didn't scout Hera much as well, right? So Hera's fully walled. Max didn't scout that. Now he has his villagers walled in on the gold and building the archery range, but Hera could catch him out possibly.
To be fair, Hera barely scouted Max as well, so he's kind of walking into the darkness right now and about to eat the town center. He sees it immediately though, but I like Hera's movement here. He knew I think he knew where Max's militia were going, so he kind of avoided them because he knows he's safe at home. So it makes sense for him to just avoid and try to attack Max wherever he can. And it's going to pay off now because he's about to hit the berries.
Yeah, so Max runs away. I would expect a quick wall here. Yeah, there we go. And he has to bring his man-at-arms back. Did add the archer range nice and early, so we'll have an archer, and he added an additional man-at-arms. So, I mean, Hera is sitting pretty behind all of this, right? Because of the wall off and the fact that Max didn't have any defensive military.
Yeah, Hera is looking like super smooth now. You can see around his town center as well. He has about 6 farms already up. Yeah, Max is starting to add his farms as well, but I think Hera's gonna it's gonna be a super smooth game from him from here on because he's controlling the game right now. He's choosing where to fight at the moment, and that's not gonna change for the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, exactly. What you'll see from pro players is when they realize they're outmatched on the front, they'll just buy time. In fact, in the recent ECL games, Jordan did a great job of that in the 2v2, just buying out time in the one game where they slung. But here, Hera's doing the same thing. So he'll just run away and even sacrifice that one man-at-arm. And yeah, this is good stuff. Very good stuff.
Yeah, this is all delaying the Max as well. Max has to send his archers and use them at home now, while Hera can just slowly, he's making archers as well, but he's doing a blacksmith before a second range. So that's also economy sort of focused.
Yep.
Because he's not going heavy on the military yet.
Yeah, I think Hera really likes man-at-arms into one range, blacksmith, and castle. I don't know if you have a preference on that. I know it all depends, but Hera does that an awful lot.
Okay, well, it depends. I'm about to say, I'm going to send it depends a lot.
Yeah, of course, it always does.
So yeah, it depends on how your map is. Like in Max's situation, I definitely would add a second range before my blacksmith. Yeah. Because you need that army count to be able to control the game pretty much. Because his map, let's be honest, it's really bad.
It's really bad.
Gold wise.
Yeah.
So he needs that army to be able to control the game. Well, in Hera's situation, I really see why he added blacksmith first and just playing it safe and calm at home. His economy is looking very much better than a lot better than Max's as well at the moment. So yeah. Especially given how the men-at-arms opening played out as well. It's a very smooth and straightforward game from Hera at the moment.
Do you think... I'm just comparing the farming numbers and whatnot. Also with Capture Age, I know you don't have it up. There's a way to see the food amount per minute. So Hera's is 270 and Max is at 200.
Okay.
But Hera might maybe getting a little bit too aggressive right now. But do you think that Eagles are possible for either player at this stage? It makes sense to go into crossbow, but that could be more dangerous as Castle Age goes on.
I think with the opening here, I don't think it makes sense to go Eagles. For Hera, it doesn't for sure because Max still has 4 men-at-arms alive. But it could be a transition for Castle Age, but I don't see anyone doing it. Yeah. I think the reason Hera as well is being active with his archers right now is because he saw that the archers of Max didn't have fletching. So he feels like he can, I can just run around and do cause some idle time, damage some units here and there. Yep. He's doing a great job of that right now. Max is still just sitting at home. He's making towers. He's taking stone as well because he doesn't feel safe. You can see how he's walling off the bottom part of his map as well. Yeah. It's just a really tricky game to play for the Max because he's never going to be able to feel comfortable or safe at his base.
Well, what he really needed was to scout earlier and to win that first engagement. Like the fact that Hera had that 3 or 4 minutes to himself at Max's base was huge. Granted, Max probably wouldn't have been able to do all that much damage at Hera's base because of the wall off on this left side, but I think that it hurt Max so much that he didn't have any type of momentum and he gave Hera all that time.
Yeah, for sure. And you can look at the food counts right now as well. Yep. Hera is very quick to clicking up while the Max is still... I mean, Max has to not cut corners. He has to not cut corners pretty much. Hera could cut corners and Max, like you see, he's invested another mining camp on the stone. That's 100 wood that could have been farms, could have been archery range, could have been more units. So he's have to take these extra precautions to feel safe. And obviously that also digs in on your economy.
Yeah, and for Hera, it's been the easiest game of his life so far.
Exactly. It's like he's playing his dream right now.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what you want. And I think the one criticism I've had of Hera in the past is that he can almost be a little bit too active with his army at times. And like those initial 3 archers, for example. But he ran away from the tower. He used them when Max didn't have fletching, and then he quickly ran back. So he's not been wasteful at all. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, being too active, I wouldn't ever say that's a negative thing, but
I guess active in the wrong areas.
More, yeah, too ballsy maybe.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Overconfident. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, but he's played very well so far. Max is doing what this can actually be really snowbally already. Max only has 7 archers there, and Hera can really fight this even uphill.
Yeah, as long as Hera doesn't make any big mistakes, he'll hit Castle Age faster. It's kind of felt like this is just a matter of time after the clean build that Hera's had.
So Hera's playing super safe now. He doesn't want to dive in yet either, because I think he expects to be up to Castle Age faster as well. So he's just playing super safe right now. Max still is only on 1 range, so production-wise, Hera's always going to outproduce him here as well. It's looking really, really rough for Max at the moment.
Yeah, and oh, Hera's added a second barracks. I guess he's in a position to possibly mix in something else because he'll be so far ahead, but I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting crossbow, bodkin, maybe ballistics, and then TCs, kind of like the Age of Conquerors meta.
Yeah, the second barracks is strange to me as well. I don't really see the reason for it right now, because when you have these army numbers as well, Eagles aren't going to be effective until you have like 10, 15 of them.
Yep.
So yeah, it's very strange for me, but he's diving in right now on the left side, going straight towards Max's wood. This can already be my prediction coming true, man.
Yeah, I mean, the map didn't do us any favors. I don't think it was the boldest of predictions. I think if the players would have been in different positions, you probably would have just gone with the map. But scale now.
What else can I analyze from?
Yeah, exactly. The Civ matchup, but it's Aztecs, and
true.
There's not much else, right? It'd have to be one heck of a comeback for Max now, I think, because Hera's playing so safe, sniping bills, and he's not diving in.
He's just taking damage wherever he can, and this is absolutely the right approach right now.
Yeah, it's good work.
This is a little bit too, like, he doesn't have to fight between tower, town center against the army, so it's a little bit confident here now.
Yeah, well, the Eagles are here. Eagles won't contribute all that much to the fights just yet. They do have the first armor upgrade, but once they're Eagle Warriors and get chainmail, that's when they're really useful. But Hera's doing everything right. He's not diving in. He realizes he has a big lead. We'll extend that lead the longer he stays here. You're very good at this. Just keeping an army alive and then macroing behind.
You know, one of the first things I heard after I started watching some StarCraft 2 was, if you're ahead, like, get further ahead. That's pretty much what the statement was, and it makes so much sense, right?
Yeah.
Why try to go for the kill when you can just get further ahead and be in an even better position?
Well, I think that's probably, I don't know how long ago you heard that or if it really changed how you play, but that's pretty much how you do it in Age of Empires 2 when you play. Like, you'll take small advantages that add up to a win. It's very rarely, you very rarely go super all in. It's just a bunch of small wins, kind of what Hera's doing right now.
I don't agree with this decision. He shouldn't have chased the army there. The town center was there, up for grabs. He could have just used the Eagles to zone out the crossbows and then killed all the villagers building the town center.
That's true.
So a little bit of a misplay from Hera there, but still, I mean, he's in a great spot. 10 villager lead. He's still doing 1 TC though, so seems like an all-inish play in that regard.
Yeah.
And no Max as well. Against Tato, even at the ECL finals, there was a game where Tato went lower economy and full all-in, and Max looked like he was super behind, but somehow he was able to boom and just slowly climb his way back into the game.
Yeah, and I think this is... Oh, sorry.
I guess that's what he's like aiming for right now as well.
Yeah, I mean, and Hera's almost giving him more of a way back into it, right? If Hera would have gone for crossbows and ballistics, and then TCs, he would have a bigger eco lead. He probably would have done a similar amount of damage. He's still, if this Siege Workshop goes up, it's trouble for Max. But I think that Hera's decision to go for the 2 barracks has slowed down his eco, and it's possibly Max's way back into the game, though he's still very far behind.
Yeah, that's the thing. Hera's putting himself in a position now where he has to do damage.
Yes.
He's not like look behind this. He doesn't have extra talents, and of course, if he kills 15 villagers, it's all fine, all worth it.
Yeah.
But he's pretty much putting himself in a spot where if he doesn't do the necessary damage now, he might suddenly be like equal in economy and
Yeah.
even behind.
Yep. Well, that siege workshop's going to be tough for Max to deal with. I imagine he should probably make a few. Oh, he's making man-at-arms. Long swords, okay.
Ooh. Well, it makes sense because Hera's crossbow numbers are very low now. If he manages to trade those off,
which he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Then suddenly those long swords are going to be very, very effective.
And Hera didn't even try and run away with them. Wow. Yeah. Depends on the mango, right? With a good attack grounds and enough eagles, could still be very good. Hera's eco is still so much stronger.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Hera's still in an amazing spot.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
It's almost one of those, if you're in Max's shoes and you do end up losing this game, you say, okay, well, I was destined to lose that game after a feudal age, but I did very well. And Hera didn't kill me off as fast as he should have. So maybe it almost gives you some confidence going into game 2 and 3.
Could be, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course you feel, but you're still gonna feel like, okay, there was no chance for me here.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not a good feeling either way.
Okay,
Even if you died slowly, it's not a good feeling either, I would say. But yeah, I mean, he's losing his main gold now. He doesn't really have access to any gold anymore. It's looking very close to the end, honestly.
Yeah, it feels over now. It's very easy for a caster to say, oh, just put a positive spin on losing, you know?
Yeah.
But then when you're in the game, it's very different.
Yeah. I think if you look at Hera's economy as well, of course he's spending all the gold, but he has a lot of farms. He can just idle, like stop eagle production for 2 minutes and he's going to be up to imp as well.
Yeah. 1 TC play. Yeah, so Max is continuing to try now, but it's over. 30 villagers for him. He has more idols than Hera does, and Hera has 56 villagers.
Yep.
Game 2 will be one of the home maps for Max if the game actually ends. He's on 3 TCs, so he's trying to boom and hold somehow.
Problem is he's constantly losing one villager here, one villager there, so the villager count isn't really growing. He's trying to like make use of what he can with the crossbows. That's kind of what he has, but yeah, he's realizing it's over and calling it.
All right, so Viper's prediction was correct. The boldest prediction ever. Scores 1-0 for Hera. Now, they chose home maps, and I believe it was Acropolis and Hideout for Max. So that will be one of those 2 maps will be the next game. And now I imagine that you will probably be able to give us some insight on the civilizations, more insight than I'd be able to provide, because you're very good at saving civs, not using your best civs in game 1 and 2 and making sure that in the future games you'll be good.
Yeah, I think I tend to do that quite a lot, but I would say, like, for example, during NAC, I kind of spent all my good civs immediately there. So that was kind of a different formula there, and it almost came back and bit me in the butt because Tad was making quite a comeback in NAC too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so hidden pick, no repeat, right? So which was the map Max had again?
So I know his home maps were Acropolis and Hideout. Yeah.
Hideout. Okay. So I guess we're going for Hideout right now.
Yes.
Unless there's
it should be Hideout.
Pick? Okay.
It should be Hideout. Yeah. And if that's the case, I think civs like Spanish, Mayans. I've even seen Celts. Sometimes you'll go man-at-arm forward with Celts. What do you think?
Yeah, but that's usually... I mean, Aztecs is a popular choice as well.
Yeah.
And Celts can do well against Aztecs. I think, though, we're going to see Mesociv here. Mayans, of course, very likely.
Yeah.
I would say Aztecs is possible as well. I think Hera, most likely Aztec Mayans, but I think Max might throw in a curveball there and might pick something else.
Okay.
Spanish, maybe, something like that. I don't know. But like safest choices usually are Aztecs, Mayans, etc. here.
Yeah. Well, Mayans would be a strong pick because it's not a civ you necessarily want for the other maps that will come up. Hera's one home map is Cup, which is the special map from Hidden Cup 2, and then the other one's El Dorado. I expect El Dorado might be just a Chinese war, to be honest.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
If it's the El Dorado with the... Is there water outside on that?
No, there's no water on the outside. It's the one without that.
Yeah, Chinese should definitely be the go-to civ there.
Okay. Yeah, so I think either a Meso War or, like you said, Max would be the type of player to maybe switch it up. But I think Mayans War is probably my guess. And there's been some real classic games on this, man. I remember way back, I'm curious if you remember this. I think I was just watching YouTube videos. It was Aztecs versus Mayans. It was you against Mr. Yo. I think you were Aztecs. Yo was Mayans, and I think at some point you ended up going for Jaguar Warriors.
I remember that game. I know I played Siege Challenger. I think I played Siege Challenger at Eagles.
Yes. Yep. Dude.
That was before at Lateral Skirms as well.
Yep. Check this out. Check this out. Check out the civs.
Yeah. Inca's God. That's so strange.
Well,
that's so mind gamey.
Yeah.
It's really sick.
Hera expected the Mayans. Oh, I have to update the score on my stream. Sorry, guys. So he expected the Mayans. And I guess, I don't know if Max was expecting the counter pick, but this is super mind gamey. Right?
That's the thing. We have no idea if Max actually expected him to go counter Mayans and then counter that again. I mean, Incas is a good save here either way. Even if you run up against Mayans or Aztecs, you still have a fighting chance.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, if this was intentional that he expected Goth to counter Mayans, then this is really clever by Max.
Yeah, and then save Mayans for later on. You know what's interesting? I saw Hera doing practice matches versus MBL last night. He was playing MBL on Cup. MBL chose Franks and Hera chose Mayans, which I thought was kind of peculiar.
Mayans on Cup?
Yeah, because I didn't... Oh, lame. Oh, Max is stealing a boar.
How are we looking at restarts in this game?
There's one restart per best of 7, I believe. So this would be you have Goths, so you have no eco bonus, and Incas should be favored both economically and well, pretty much until Imp, I'd say.
Even Imp. I mean, you have Slingers.
Yeah, exactly.
What else does Goth have? Pretty much.
Like that's still it's not ideal for Goths at that stage, but it's probably their best opportunity, best time. But anyways, back to my point, it was weird how he chose Mayans because I don't recall anyone else choosing Mayans for that during the tournament.
Yeah. No, Mayans seems like a very strange pick for Cup, was it?
Yeah, it could have been random civs.
Okay. Cup is the map with the water in the middle, right?
Yes.
And like a little bit here and there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's, Mayans there. If that's a intentional pick, that's super strange to me.
Yeah, it's just a thought because I know that his other home map is Cup, and he didn't choose Mayans here. But no sign. Hera, he has not called a re.
You know what? I think Hera realized, okay, this Civ matchup is kind of screwed anyway.
Yeah.
So why waste the restart here? If next match, sure, he might have a boar extra, but the saves won't change, right? So I think it makes sense to not call a restart here, no matter how the opening is.
Yeah, that's a good point. So we'll see, man. Hideouts like... it's like Arena in the sense that there's walls, except it's just palisade walls. So the option to go forward in towers is there. Players share a wood line. Viper, we're gonna have to get to know each other until action actually starts. Because I mean, Dave normally finds a random bird or something. So
it's 5 minutes. I need to predict the winner.
Oh yeah,
look at Hera's farm. Hera's doing what was that? He did a farm outside of his base.
I think if he did a farm outside of his base, he's scouting for his boar.
He might not even know that his boar is lamed. He probably doesn't know.
Yeah, he didn't realize. Yeah, he's placing the farm there for scouting. Yeah. He doesn't know.
But yeah, I predict Max to win this game.
Okay. We're just going to see just how big... like, so far, the Civ mismatches and the map mismatches have been pretty insane. Like, game 1, Max had the better map, or sorry, worse map. So you went with the Hera choice, and then here, Max, he definitely has the better Civ. Hera... He could have looked brilliant. You know, Tato looks brilliant when he does these counter picks. He's done it quite a few times in the past, but you kind of look dumb when you pick Goths and you end up not countering your opponent's Civ.
Well, no, I don't know if it was Hidden Cup 1 where MBL picked Goth to counter.
Oh, don't even bring that up, man. That still makes me so upset to this day.
Like, I don't know, like masterpiece or disaster piece, right?
Yeah,
I don't really know.
Exactly. I remember because we knew it was, we all thought it was you and MBL. And I believe that was a best of 7, right? I think the final score was 4-2.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and MBL had so many good civs available, and he chose Goths on Arabia. Like, if it was Hideout, it would make a lot more sense because you have so much space between each other, but you chose Mayans, went forward and lamed him, and finished him off real early.
Yeah. I'm not... Okay, so both of them are going up to fuel age very fast. Like, it's fuel age gameplay pretty much with better uptimes. Max is sending 4 villagers forward, so he's definitely looking to apply some pressures. I expect towers, maybe men-at-arms, maybe archers. And I think Hera realized as well that, okay, he knows he got lamed up, or he knows he's behind economically, so it's very likely that Max will put on pressure. So he did follow up with a faster fuel age himself. The question is just, what can he really do? He does have a safe map, though. Safe gold, safe stone, safe wood, obviously.
Yeah.
He's moving forward himself. This one I did not expect.
He also did not see Max's villagers. Max did spot Hera's barracks, but he did not see a flag on the barracks. He also is not seeing the villagers now. So this could get really interesting, and this could be quite good for Hera because he's already creating the militia, whereas Max is going for the forward barracks.
Yeah, Hera's making, like, I always like with Goth to delay the men-at-arms until I'm fuel age because they're cheaper then, right? Hera is going for the earlier ones, though, making them all in Dark Age. And for this situation, it's going to be very good because obviously it's going to have the numbers very fast. But if Max does a fast blacksmith here and a fast... Oh, he's going for range.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people lately have been playing the Inca with full upgrades on the militia and also using villagers to fight a lot then. So, yeah, carry on.
I've experimented a lot with the build, actually, because I have to face Noboru. So, like, I spoke to him a few days, like, right when I came back, and he said he'll play me. So I have actually been experimenting with the build order. It's almost impossible to go for 3 men-at-arms and all the 4 villagers with the blacksmith.
Tell Tato that.
It's tough, right? You can make 3 men-at-arms, but if you do 4 and send like more than 4 or 5 vills, it was rough for me anyways. But this, back to the actual game, this is quite good for Hera. I think that the forward barracks, like, I just don't really get it, right? It's better to make the barracks at home so you can start the militia production. And now Hera has the cheap men-at-arms. So he's working on walling up the range, and he's all over the Max.
The problem is, though, when Max has 2 archers out, he's also doing men-at-arms upgrade. I mean, Max should fend this off again, but obviously the start was great for Hera. I don't know if men-at-arms follow-up now is going to be the way for Hera to go. He probably needs to add a range and some skirms. But obviously, looking really good from Hera compared to how the opening went.
You know what I find interesting about Hideout is Max's position is extremely important. Because in the event that he can no longer attack Hera, or that Hera is going to threaten him, he can just wall this. And then he has all the time in the world. And this is an important side as well, right? Because of all those extra golds that are out there.
You can see now Max he's not going to apply more pressure. Hera has already made a mining camp on stone, so he's like preparing to defend. But Max is just going to fall back now, probably economic follow-up and just make some archers. And I would say it's a good choice for Max. Obviously, it's down 4 villages now, which is quite a lot for this stage of the game. But if he just transitions straight to Castlage now and makes this a prolonged game, then he should be in a good spot as well.
Yeah, and Hera could have possibly overreacted a bit going to the stone because he was expecting towers. Good on him to go off of stone and go to wood and other resources after realizing there will be no towers.
I'm surprised Hera is making archers and not skirms, though. Like, he's under pressure now, so what would make sense would be to get out 2-3 skirms. And then fletching, and then switching to archers if you want to follow with archers. He does have a way better food eco, though, looking at the farm count. Of course, Max has villages on deer, but farming is the way to go at this stage in the game. Of course, the deer are still good, but farming is how you judge how good the economy is at the moment.
He's Incas, man. They build their farms faster. Come on.
True. No, so I'm not sure how Max is planning to follow this up. He's sending 3 villagers.
I think he just wants to wall.
He's going to stonewall the whole thing.
Yeah, it's weird how...
Yeah, carry on.
Sorry, we're not used to casting together, so this happens.
All good.
But to send 3 villagers forward after you just sent 3 villagers back is a bit weird.
Definitely. Yeah, those 3 villas could have just walled it off themselves.
Yeah, or one vill could have stayed and placed a stone wall, and it would have been up by now.
Max still has a way bigger army than Hera, and Hera is being kind of... I mean, he has fletching. Max is doing it right now. But still, I think that army is very easily lost at this stage. He's out of position as well. There's no way for him to escape. Yeah, this should be very good for the Max.
Yeah, maybe back to the early farms for Hera. He gained the economy, but now he's losing military. Yeah, that Hera will lose all of his men-at-arms. Max will have quite a few archers. I guess this is where it's good that Hera's stone and gold is protected and not against the palisade walls.
Yeah. See Max immediately as well. After he took that engagement, okay, he's like, okay, maybe I'm not done making army.
Yeah, okay.
And he added a gate immediately. So he's now probably considering making more units and maybe applying more pressure as well.
And there's a villager on the other side, and she will wall there. So this is the whole... This is one of the biggest strategies on Hideout. I know with Mayans, you tend to see like sometimes Drush Fast Castle into plumes, but Man-at-Arm Tower Civilizations are very good on this because you gain the position.
Yeah. This is like Max, like it's a dream situation for now. He's able to apply some pressure while being untouched at home.
Yep.
100% untouched. So he can boom freely while trying to put on pressure. And Hera will never know like what's going to be enough to defend. He will always have to be thinking about, does he need more army? Does he need more mangonels? Does he need more this, that? So it's not unlikely that Hera might take enough stone to get a castle up and do Huskarls, but obviously that's a huge investment, and that might suddenly force Hera into a situation where he has to go all in Castle Age. So the decisions they make from now on is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and this will be a tough fight for Max to take at the moment. He does have the walls up, but with the skirmishers in there, it can be difficult. Good micro to micro down the archers, yeah.
Yeah, just picking off the scary units, so to say.
Yep.
And from now on, like, those archers don't matter for Max anyway. He's stonewalled. Hera can't do anything to him.
Yeah. Kills every single archer, loses his archers, and both players are on the way to Castle Age. Yeah, Hera, he almost... Like, the safe approach is to make military to get that castle up, but then Max could just go 4 TC or 3 TC boom, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, either way, it feels like Hera is damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, almost, because of Max's safe position. And even early Huskarls, if they were to get through, might not be all that successful because Max is Incas, and he can make the slingers.
That's exactly the point. The second Max sees a castle drop on the stone walls or something, he can also just stonewall quickly behind and add 2-3 ranges, and he should have enough units too. The thing that could work though would be full Huskal with mangonel support. Slingers are very weak against siege units, mangonel, scorps, whatever.
Okay.
So with the production time, slingers also, their fire rate isn't that high. So if Hera gets that snowball going, then the slingers might not be as good of a counter as you might anticipate.
Yeah, especially with the range being forward. You take out the range, Max has to build more at home. Maybe Max will overinvest into economy and not be prepared for them.
Yeah, exactly. I like what Max is doing here, though. He's leaving a villager inside on purpose on the bottom side. So he might do some sneaky stuff, but he might be spotted here. I'm not sure if Hera was watching that. He was in vision, but it looks like Hera was not paying attention. So Max has a successful sneak.
That's a mouthful, isn't it? Yes. So this kind of reminds me of Max in Hidden Cup, actually. At the time, I didn't know who he was. But he did a similar thing, walled up, snuck villagers through. He made a monastery and a siege workshop. Now, he was Aztecs, so it was easier to justify the monks, but we'll see. It's kind of weird. Like, what does he get out of this? It's not like a sneak building would accomplish that much, unless it's to snag the relics.
Yeah, I don't know. He's making a monastery and siege workshop on the top side.
Okay.
I guess it's okay because they're safe behind the walls and you can use them to defend.
Yeah.
But what's the purpose of this outpost? I guess he just wants vision or something. I don't know. I'm a little confused now, but like he's still fine. He's still safe. It's not like he's taking damage or anything.
Now, would you have gone immediate 3 TCs in Max's position instead of adding the immediate monastery and siege workshop?
Very, very likely.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expect. And I think you would have done the exact same as Hera here. Balance out your eco so you have the castle and 2 new TCs. So I really like Hera's economy now. This is pretty strong.
Yeah, Hera's looking, like economy-wise, is looking great now.
Yeah.
I would even add probably a 4th TC before I added the castle as well. But, I mean, the castle actually is going to be perfect timing, I think, because the Mangonel is about to come in. I mean, he sees the castle, so he knows it's there. But yeah, I don't know. Max is kind of like, he's doing a little bit of everything right now. And it's a bit strange.
It is strange. But I think like this can be the Max sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
he can play a bit out of the box. Oh, he wants to wall here with this Vil. Interesting.
Oh. He really wants the map control.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. And
And he's grabbing the relics as well on the left side, so potentially Max is going to end up with at least 4 relics here.
Yeah.
Which obviously is great for the long game. So I think Max is very much thinking long term right now.
Yeah. Has 4 Eagles with Forging and a Mangonel, and we'll have a Monk join in on the party soon. Now, Hera is kind of blind to all of this. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know the monastery's there. He doesn't know the monks are out. Doesn't know the siege is out. Does not know he's being walled in on the other side either. Though he might find out in a second.
I mean, he probably will find out now, obviously. But the eagle is there. He might... Oh, he sees the eagle immediately, though. If he loses the monk here, that's going to be really unfortunate. But I think he should... Oh, okay.
Saved.
Okay. Yeah, this villager is not going to be able to wall now. But this is also... Now, Hera will know that there's a villager inside there.
Yeah.
So he's not going to stop looking until he found it.
time to wall her in, right?
If there only wasn't a monk there, it can convert.
That's a good point. But Hera's conflicted now because he really wants the relic. Nah, I think that Are you serious? Huskar line of sight is awful. I always forget about
really
this.
Well, he could have done tracking.
Yeah.
It's his own fault.
Best tech in the game.
Oh, he's about to run into it. Oh, it's 1 tile.
Wow.
But the monk is still coming down. He should see it now.
Look at dude.
Trapped.
Dude, this is such... This just reminds me... Okay, first off, both monks from Max just got picked off, which is really bad. And look at these buildings he's thinking about placing in the corner of Hera's base on the left. So weird.
Archer range and barracks, yeah. It's very strange.
And it's so random.
Yeah, it's very random. I mean, he's snagging the relic as well on the left side, so he's still looking good on that part. Obviously, Hera got the bottom relic, which potentially could have been walled off earlier, but Max still looking like he's going to have 4 relics. Oh, he dropped it. I wouldn't even show that relic at this point. Or show that monk. I would just... now he's going to lose the monk. That was a mistake by Max.
Instead, just forget about... Oh, he didn't even get the conversion. Wow.
Yeah. I think what makes sense is just try to stay out of range of the Huskals and go straight home.
Just hide.
But he still has a lot of monks coming, so yeah.
But I think this
2
is...
ranges and 1 barracks.
it's so random. I know when most pros place buildings, there's an order to it. But it just feels like he doesn't care. But he did this exact thing in a lot of the games he played versus you as well in the finals. Do you remember the Gold Rush game? It was Malians versus...
Yeah, Slavs.
Slavs, right?
Yeah.
So random. I remember him building buildings everywhere.
Hera's reaction is 2 siege workshops.
2?
Which I also find really strange.
Well, he will click up now.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he needs 2 of them unless he's considering like early bombard cannon or something.
I guess he just wants a lot of mangonels to counter the slingers. Max is looking like he wants to go all in Castle share, but Hera is only to imp, so I'm not sure how much success this is going to have. He's doing monks, more eagles, slingers, a little bit of everything. It's a very, very strange gameplay, I must say. He's towering Hera's woodline as well from the middle. Yeah. So that's all. And a second layer of stonewall on the right side. This is like, he's doing everything. It's so strange.
He even knows the monk is there, so he'll place more stone walls on the side. I mean, at least he seems to recognize that Hera might be up. But I really feel like immediate 3 TC boom would leave him even with Hera with economy, and then he could get to imp and get to the slingers. But he's not thinking like that. He's going for something different.
What I'm curious about now is how do actually slingers do against Castle Huskals? I don't think I've ever seen that much. So I'm not sure how... He might be able to trade well enough that he's still going to stay alive. And, I mean, he still has the stone walls on his side, so the only way for Hera to get through is to break them or cut with onagers.
He does have redemption, so he can convert the Mangonel.
Yeah. That's also a really good foresight by Max. He knows that a counter to his slingers right now is the Mangonel. Oh, monk with 1 HP.
Oh my god, that's exactly what Max needed. Oh, and he micros away. Oh no!
Yeah, you can see how fragile those slingers are.
So weak against Mangonels, and they're really slow as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and 0 armor, so they die to 1 shot. Max is on the way to imp now, though. Super strange game, but I think it's... Oh, if Hera could have converted the villain on the right side. If he got a villager up there to drop barracks on that side, that would have been so important for him.
Yeah, Max cannot let that happen. And there is a relic there for Max, so it will be 4 if he sees that. I believe he knows it's there. Oh, he doesn't know it's there. Okay. castle for Hera on the stone wall.
Yeah. I'm curious what Hera's approach is going to be to counter the slingers. Is it going to be Onager? Is it going to be Scorp? Bomber cannon maybe? Hand cannons?
Onager, yeah.
Is the choice. That's really good as well because he can also cut through the forest in the middle then. I like this choice.
Remember, you said Max was going to win. Are you
Well,
regretting that choice now?
I didn't expect him to play like this. I can't be blamed for how he's playing.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
if he played normal, it would be okay.
Yeah, Hera's position is pretty decent. One relic isn't the worst. Oh, almost killed his own mangonels.
He's gonna convert all the mangonels. Or is he?
Oh my god.
Let's see how the slingers do.
Oh my god! That would be the doubt of all doubt castles there.
Yeah. Wow, he actually didn't even kill a single villager. Hera's getting all the good trades here.
Yeah, now Onager's completed, so if he wants, he can just cut around the walls. Elite Huskarl's on the way, and Max is scrambling up some archery ranges in his base, but he'll have no mobility. Slingers are so slow, and there's no choke point once Hera gets past the walls, so the Huskarls can do dances around him.
Yeah. Biggest issue for Max as well, that he doesn't have ballistics, so we still haven't actually seen slingers connect with the Huskarls.
Yeah, you do need a lot of upgrades.
Yeah. He's doing a castle now. It's quite a desperate castle.
Ooh. Oh my god!
That was a lot of damage on the Huskarls.
Oh my god, that scared me actually. Holy cow.
Really important thing here as well now is Hera's gonna get control of the monastery with 3 relics.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he should get that castle up. Now, I don't think Hera can push in past the castle from Max. Max still needs his upgrades, as you said, but he's castled there. He's secure. He's also raiding Hera a little bit, but that won't bother Goths. Goths can spam the Huskarls to clean that up.
See, Max, he always has one villager lying around in the corner somewhere behind enemy lines. There's one villager still there with a barracks, so if this game carries on for 30-40 minutes, then that villager might suddenly become super important.
Yeah, it's exciting, but it's also not something you should necessarily have. Yeah, it's kind of a Max thing, but that just stems from these other weird decisions from earlier. Like, all these slingers are just sitting in the corner. Like, they're not contributing anything right now. There's ballistics.
And Huskarl's about to break the palisade. Oh man, look how fast they die.
Wow.
Okay, slingers are still pretty good, but again, onagers, they die in one shot. So he has to be really careful. The question now is, how does Max counter the onagers?
It has to be monks, right?
Get close. Well, I guess so. Do they get 9 range?
Yeah, he got block printing already. He just got it, so... Okay. So with block printing, I think he could do that, but I think the issue is Goths have so much more mobility. It's still not easy to use just slingers and monks because it's so slow.
But because he has that, I'm still hopeful that Max can pull this off.
Yeah.
Population-wise, it's not looking too bad. He has the villages he needs. He has the tech he needs. So right now it's just about getting the units out and not taking terrible trades.
Yeah, but the Max will lose those relics. That's huge. That means Hera will have 4. He really never expected Hera to get through. Like, he figured the stone walls would be enough, but Hera's boom was so much better.
That was also like a weird... Max didn't have to do that weird 2 barracks, 2 archery range monastery thing, right? If he just went imp, he's imp 3-4 minutes earlier, and then he has the wall still, he has the relic still, he has the late game still. Right now, he put himself in a position where, I mean, he still has a really good fighting chance, don't get me wrong. Still a lot of gold as well left in his base that he actually hasn't scouted yet. So...
Oh my god, yeah. 2 golds to the north, and then Hera's taking 1, which Max also is unaware of. And these slingers are in the left corner, but they're kind of trapped here. I expect to see a big shot soon with that onager.
I like this. Hera's starting to add ramps as well now. So, let's see this.
Oof.
Good choice. Good shots. Micro so far. Okay. I guess it doesn't have the upgrade where the slingers don't have minimum range anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Andean sling, I think it's called.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, once the Huskarls get on top, you can see how those slingers die in 2 shots. They get 2 shot by the elite Huskarls.
Look at Max's farms on the right, man. Is he a bit rusty? Okay, there we go. He's filling in the gaps. And a castle on the hill is really peculiar. I feel like a castle more to the right of this, I guess to the north of his main base. I guess if he knew the gold was there, it'd be much better.
That is such a weird castle.
Like he sees a hill.
Anything.
Yeah. I don't understand, man. Max has been confusing both of us.
Yeah. That is so strange. Hera switching to Cavalier. I guess I like it because he can afford it. So he's making all the stables at home, though. I guess it would have been better to have them closer to the base of the Max, but
well,
Max doesn't really have any counters ready for this.
Well, he's cutting through, right? So the Cavalier could run right in.
True, true.
Max is just building tower after tower after tower on that wood line. Just can't push out. He realizes that anytime he tries to push Hera, Hera will have the options to counter him.
Max keeps doing monk upgrades as well, so I guess if he can micro perfectly like 40 monks, then the Cavalier is not a problem.
Yeah.
But it's kind of unlikely.
Gots get plate barding, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you?
I think.
Yeah, you're 80% sure. That's pretty much where I'm at.
I check.
I think they do.
No, they do not.
They don't.
Wait. No, they don't.
Oh, okay. I mean, the only thing that I know is it's very uncommon to ever transition into Cavalier as Goths. So
yes,
yeah.
This is one of the few situations where it actually. Oh, he's doing Kamayuk. Max is actually preparing for this.
Ooh.
Did he see stables somewhere? I don't think he has seen any sign of stables or whatsoever. So this is really good.
Yeah.
Foresight or prediction by Max. He's almost maxed out as well. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still not looking. Of course, Hera's looking in an amazing position. He should not lose this game. But yeah, once Incas get full army up and running, that army is really hard to counter.
Oh my God, Hera has a TC in the north now where the gold is. Max does see there's a gold for him, and he might see that extra TC, but this is going to be such a tough fight for him to take. But with monks, as you said, you know, monks could change a lot here. Oh, nice move from Hera to delete that.
Yeah. Courier, siege engineers, chainmail armor. Max is now getting all the upgrades he needs. This is Hera might be spending too much time here. Honestly.
Yeah. Maybe doing too much. He's trying to cut at the same time. Oh my God! Max converted the onager that was cutting through.
Wow, and it turned into a mangonel. That's cute.
That bug hasn't been fixed yet.
Yeah.
I forget what causes that.
Really good by Max as well. Like he has 2 monks by the wood line, and he has outposts and or towers and vision, so he will always see that coming. So we can always convert the. Look at the score now. It's just 1,000 difference. It was almost 3,000 just 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, these are some very strong options, right? These are the options where Incas should beat Goths, but I think Max lost the position and he lost the relics. Those are huge things. Hera had both the extra golds, or has both the extra golds still, and 4 relics. That wasn't in the game plan. That's not what Max wanted.
For sure. I mean, Hera is certainly taking control of the position. He does another castle on the hill now, but now Cavaliers coming in. But Max already has over 20 Kamayuks, so this Cavalier switch is also just a few minutes too late. If this was happening 5 minutes ago, Max would have been overrun. But right now, those Cavalier don't really have too much to say here.
So let me ask you this, Viper. Obviously, this is kind of a complicated fight for Hera to justify taking. But because of his position, I really feel like he should try and distract Max, use his mobility a bit more. And he's doing that now. This is good.
Yeah, he's doing a good job now, spreading out the Huskals. But obviously with those gates, great gates by Max. Those Huskals are actually trapped now, so that's only 40 Huskals dead. But again, this does open the room for Cavalier to run in. Max is sieging up his archers, trebuchets, and they're all probably gonna die here.
Oof. Oh, and slingers are not that strong versus Cavalier. There's a lot of them for Hera. This is
turning out great for Hera. On the right side, Hera is fighting with the Kamayuks with his Huskals. He doesn't fight any slingers there, so he's getting great trades everywhere now.
Wow, that was perfect. He's killed every single trebuchet. He also could get a strong surround on the slingers. That's not what Max wanted. Max should have sent the slingers to chase the Huskarls. Wow, and now 180 pop for Hera, 150 for Max, and Max will lose this castle. He doesn't have the relics. Ouch.
That was a great move by Hera. Obviously, Max should have split his army differently there. I think he had the army to defend this. He just used it completely wrong in this actual moment. But of course, when you have 40 Huskarls coming on the right side, Cavalier and Huskarls on the left side, Trebs, it's really hard to actually manage everything perfectly.
Yeah, you want something as quickly as possible. I think since Kamioks were faster, he probably sent them for that reason. But now Hera just can't make the mistake he made earlier, and he needs to put his foot on the gas, not wait, push, kill these buildings.
This is the moment to end the game for Hera right now. And he's also still banking a lot of resources. He can definitely like non-stop produce now. He's adding 3 more stables in the face of Max, and he's certainly going for the kill right now.
Yeah, tons of gold, tons of food, 4 relics. I just don't see it, especially because Hera has the civilization which can spam faster than Incas or any civ, really.
Yeah, Hera has to be careful here though. Like now, Max has massed an army that can actually defend this. So if Hera just keeps like sending in units non-stop, like just scatter pointed into Max's base, he's just gonna suddenly start trading awfully. And I mean, already Max has almost the same military count.
Yeah. What do you think about Heavy Scorpion here?
For Hera?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard for him to justify with his pop space, but I think like 10 Heavy Scorpions would really help against Slingers and Kamioks.
Yeah, Heavy Scorpion is always good in that regard. But I mean, he's not Khmer, so...
Yeah.
No, I think Onager was the right choice. Scorpions would have... You could maybe justify adding it now.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, like maybe mix in a few, but...
But I don't know if he has the economy to justify it right now, yeah. I mean, Max is fighting back.
Wow. Crazy, man. The Onagers have been focused down. The Bombard cans are exposed. If Max is able to get a few monks out, he could convert them for himself. And all of a sudden... it's not looking very good for Hera.
Yeah, he's sending in like one unit at a time.
Yeah.
And that's not the way to do this. He needs to mass army and take effective trades. Like right now he's sending in 5 Huskarls at a time, and that's just not a positive way for him to trade at the moment.
I think his eco is off because he has 4,000 wood and he has no food. And I know he's queuing up a lot of food units, but I think if Hera were to build some more farms with those lumberjacks, then he could produce a bit more.
Yeah, he has over 60 farmers.
So maybe it's just goth problems.
Yeah, but he should. I mean, yeah, it makes sense to add maybe 10, 20 more farmers instead of woodcutters. But now this is Max's problem. He needs the gold, and Hera has full control and access to the villagers over there. Luckily, those villagers have a lot of armor, so they don't die that fast. But he needs to take control of that. Max does.
Yeah, and not to mention on the other side, Hera's looking to spam from there. So all benefit of the map control. Like, Max threw away that map control. The only reason Hera's able to do this is because of the map he gains in early imp.
Hera is now maxed out again, so it's looking really promising.
Yeah.
He's waiting on the right side. Max has no gold income, and all of Max's units cost gold. So
yeah, it really feels like it's just a matter of time. Max is doing a great job holding on. I think what Max has shown us is just how strong Incas can be in imp against Goths. If it would have been 50-50 on the relics, 50-50 on the extra golds, 50-50 in the position, Incas would be so much stronger, but his Castle Age play is what put him behind, and life has been awkward for him ever since. It's really weird.
Yeah, I don't understand the decision from Max to do that heavy Castle Age.
Yeah.
A strange Castle Age play. Like, I'm sure he regrets now as well. He knew that he could have just brought this to Imperial Age. He had the relics, he had the map control. He didn't have to do the... That was an amazing fight for Max.
Kamioks are insane, man. They are insane. Yeah. Look at the KD. Oh, man. It will be tough for Hera to finish this off.
Max shouldn't have gold to produce them, though. That's the thing. He only has 2 castles as well. Only one nearby the fight.
Yeah. He's getting a little bit.
Man, look at the score again. It's getting so close again. He's adding pikemen as well now. I mean, Max still has 120 villages. He can produce here.
Yeah. And maybe could sell. Maybe if Hera's buying a little bit of food, he could sell some of the excess food, sell some of the excess wood.
Hera trying to ram the castle on the right side with 2 hero cap rams.
Yes.
Not really working out.
Worth it. Wow, Kamioks are nuts. I think I've only seen this type of a fight like 2 or 3 times with Kamioks versus Huskarls. But they're pretty beastly. But as you said, it's always the lack of resources for Max. He doesn't have the res.
And he doesn't have enough castles to produce the Kamuyuks.
Yep.
Yeah, Hera just needs to trade effectively enough that he can compete her. I mean, Max can only make pikemen now, pretty much.
Could easily justify going champions. I don't know how much more champions would do against Kamuyuks. But I imagine
hand cannoneers would have been the way for Hera to go here.
Yeah, he has the ranges there, so...
Yeah. He doesn't have chemistry, though. That's the issue, I guess.
You know what was interesting? So, recently at the LAN, a lot of us would be in the back room. We had a casters and players tent. And so, you know, we're all watching the games, and like, players kept asking, like, what's the score difference? What's the score difference? Like, how much is the team score difference? Like, all of AM in particular kept asking about the score. Like, I know that it's important. I know people look to it, but I was surprised at just how much you guys look at it. You even brought that up in our commentary a few times. Like, immediately after Max's good fight, you're like, oh, but the score.
Yeah, but yeah,
it's a good indicator.
Yeah, well, I would say in team games more so than 1v1.
Yeah.
Team game, if there's a 500 difference in score in a team game, then it's looking rough already.
Yeah, okay.
Of course, post Imperial, but yeah. Max also did keeps with arrow slits. That's also a cute touch.
I did see arrow slits earlier. I just didn't think it would really be that important.
Yeah.
He's raiding with Kamuyuks and pikes. He built one barracks, and he's spamming infantry units. Like, this reminds me so much of Max from Hidden Cup. I mean, the decisions leading up to all this really, really weak and unlike the Max, but the sneak buildings, man, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's cute, but right now it's looking very dire.
Yeah.
I mean, he has 0 gold. I mean, he can keep selling resources forever, of course, but he's never gonna get the... His mission pretty much would be to dry Hera completely of gold, but Hera can still mine a lot of gold, and he still has 4 relics, right?
Yep.
So Max needs to survive God knows how long, and then also be able to find a way to combat 4 relics whenever all the gold is gone.
Man, this is gonna be a rough stream for me, because I'm... What are we, 3 hours in, and already I'm like, Max, resign, like, I'm getting tired. Yeah. Resign so we can get the next game and be re-energized. He has the composition to stay alive for a long time. I just don't think he is in a position where he can actually win.
Yeah, agreed.
And
I mean, he has more pop now than... Okay, never mind, not anymore.
Yeah, he did for a second. But I think when he kills Hera's villagers, it just gives Hera more pop space for military as well.
I mean, but Hera doesn't have... He doesn't have a ton of food backed up at the moment. And half his farm eco was in that bottom right corner.
Yeah.
If Max can keep disturbing that... I mean, Hera still has 80 farmers, but... If Max can keep disturbing Hera's eco, then that's also one way to slowly make a comeback.
Oh my god, these Kamuyuks are chewing up the Hussars. This is crazy.
Man, that one range is so good. It's insane.
Yeah, it's like this would be one of the biggest throws for Hera, but it's only possible for Max because of Incas.
It's Kamuyuk still trading on the top. I mean, a big tell as well here is that Max cannot afford Halberdier even.
Yeah, true.
He's spending pikemen. It might be worth it for him to just actually stop making Kamuyuks and get that Halberdier upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah, Halvin Skirm, even then though. Yeah, I think since the Kamuyuks are much stronger than a pike, they would hold their own against Huskarls, or they have held their own against Huskarls, but I think if it was just Halvin Skirm, Hera would either make an immediate switch into champions, or Huskarls would do just fine.
Dude, Hera he has 0 gold in his bank. He has barely units queued up.
Yeah, what is going on here? I think it's the farm problem. He has so much wood still.
I mean, I think he's making way too many Hussar here. I don't really understand the Hussar, this amount of Hussar anyway.
Yeah, now, like, that fight doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Like, why... This is... Look at the score, man.
Oh my god. Did you message them? Did you say throw this so my prediction will be correct?
I did not. But I predicted it. When I viewed the map and analyzed, I thought this could happen.
Yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure that you predicted everything. Even the extra barracks in the South Viper. Is Hera gonna throw this? Like, I'm still very hesitant to say it's possible that Hera could lose this game, But these 2 villagers in the south could spam enough pikemen into this eco, it could give Hera problems.
How many times can you say that you watch a game where Goth are trading inefficiently, like unit-wise, like cost inefficiently with it, like their cheap
Well, I mean,
units?
it's like every game. Well, like, oh, you mean with cost? Yeah. I thought you were
like
just talking
cost.
straight KD. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah. Like he's making a hussar at 80 food per hussar, and the hussars are useless against this army of
It does
Max.
nothing. It's only...
I don't understand this.
There's maybe 3 skirmishers, and then the rest is Pike and Kamiyuk.
Max has more score and population than Hera right now.
Oh my god. The thing is, can Max push back all these castles, though? It seems impossible. But what he could do is hold this area for a while, and then fight in the south.
But Max is onto that gold now, man. There's like 2,000 gold there.
This is insane. This should not be happening. Oh my god. Why is Hera... He's playing this like he's Huns.
Halberdiers upgrade is coming in. I'm sure Max as well will start thinking about Siege Ram.
Yeah.
And once it's full Trash War, Siege Ram is a pretty good unit.
Yeah. Well, that's what you do at this stage of the game is use all of your gold for the Siege Rams. Maybe a few Kamiyuks here or there. But my goodness, this is insane.
You know what I think Hera did a big mistake as well? I think he was overconfident on the game, and if you see his castle positioning, all 4 castles are in the same spot on the left side.
Yep.
His right side is completely exposed. Imagine there's a castle in the middle of those farms.
Yeah.
This damage is never happening.
Wow. And Max is making skirms there to counter the hand cannons. Still, I mean, Hera has a lot of skirms now, which will actually complicate things for the Max, but I think Max could just match that with his own skirms and keep sending some Kamiyuks forward. With couriers, Kamiyuk Pierce Armor is not bad. It's 6 Pierce Armor.
Yeah. The stair is the thing, though. Hera has 4 relics. He could start mixing in like an Onager here and there.
Yeah.
And an Onager is going to start getting more and more effective as this game goes on.
But we've said that in 5 different ways over the last 30 minutes. Like, oh yeah, this would be better for Hera in this way, this way, this way. But it's just not happening. He's not winning the game. He has the population lead again. And he seems to at least be addressing that a raid is beginning in the south, but he won't clean that up. And while he is pushing a little bit against Max, I'm just still waiting for Hera to finally find an answer, to finally finish this guy off.
Yeah, I mean, it's still looking great for Hera.
Yeah.
But Max made a tower now on his gold, and that keep with arrow slits as well. I mean, that's also helping a lot. But Hera is making more and better trades right now, so he's doing a better job now with the usage of his units. The skirm addition definitely is going to help out a lot. He has a bomber cannon as well on the way.
Yep.
So I don't see Max holding on to this gold for very long.
Yeah. Hera is so far ahead at the 45th, 50th minute that even though he's lacked with execution, he's fine. Or should be fine, right?
He should be fine.
He should be fine. I think we need to put the word should in there. Oh my god, did you see Max sent that one villager? He tried to send it to the other corner and place a barracks. Yeah, and it died to Hussar. He just clicked it there randomly in hopes that it would get there. That's hilarious.
Still has one villager in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
He could try and do something with. Now there's suddenly a lot of Kamiyuks on the field again. It's like 25, 30 Kamiyuks on the field again, and Kamiyuks are quite tanky to even skirms.
Yeah. Now this is where Max could use some siege, right?
Yeah. If Max manages to get Siege Ram out on the field as well.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
But the skirms do 1 damage every shot to a Kamiyuk.
To a Kamiyuk, yeah. Because what, they have 7 attack, right? 7 attack for 6 pierce. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. This is still looking. As long as Max can keep getting some sort of gold income with a great economy, which he has, he can always mix in 10 Kamiyuks here, 20 Kamiyuks there in cycles, right? He'll have to wait 10 minutes every time he does it, but every time he does it, he gets like sort of a push going. So Max's next step is now to figure out how to break buildings, how to actually take a position. And Siege Ram is the way to go there.
All the gold is gone, by the way, except for the relics. All those extra golds... Well, no, sorry, not all the gold. I guess Max still has some, but all those extra golds, Hera has already chewed through, and he still hasn't been able to use that to kill.
You know what we might be looking at here in the long run? Wood might be an issue.
I was thinking about that as well, because Max might cut through and start raiding that area.
Yeah, and I mean, Max has more map control regarding wood at the moment. So, of course, this is an hour away. an hour and a half or 2 hours away. But
well, okay, Viper.
Not likely, given how the game is playing out at the moment.
You're not using Capture Age, right?
No.
Can you see how many farms Hera has queued up?
Not queued up, but I can see that he has already 80 farmers, 89 farmers.
Now, can you check his mill to see how many farms?
Yeah, only 8, 7, 8, 6.
Okay, so he has 800 wood, and his army on the front's getting chewed up.
Look at that.
Dude, that wood control could be coming sooner than you think. Because Max he's very close to the wood line in the center. He's raiding in the south. Hera's only chopping wood in one area, and that's right next to the southern raid.
Max needs to add siege. I don't understand why he's not mixing in siege ram.
Do you think it's just lack of gold though, because it's the cameos that help him win the fights? And if he he tries to make rams as well, it could be tough.
No, I think it's just that he's like, okay, he's still just holding on. He knows that he's raiding on the bottom side, so he's just trying to hold on the top and raid on the bottom. But, I mean, he needs to make progress at some point.
Yeah.
And ram, like, he needs something to be able to take back a position, to get rid of buildings, to get control of an area, and siege ram. Especially when there's just so many skirms on the map.
Yeah.
Siege ram are so amazingly good. And have 20, 30 Kamuyuks running next to 5 siege ram. That whole area gets wiped so fast.
Yeah, I think siege ram in the south would be useful as well. Just to clean up those buildings, take the position, kill the TC.
I really think Max should focus his raids on the bottom a little bit more towards the woodline of Hera.
Yeah.
That would certainly hurt Hera a lot, I think. He's facing Kamuyusa on the bottom side as well now, and that's something Hera doesn't have an answer to.
And more barracks now. More barracks. I see them placed. I don't know where the villager is. Dude, this is crazy. This is ridiculous. 1 hour and 20 minutes in. Hera's still floating some wood. He's still floating food. Both players are at 200 population. We thought this game was over. Well, I thought the game was over once I saw Hera get the position on the left. Exactly, a long, long time ago.
He's even mixing in eagles on the bottom side is Max now. And those eagles as well, they have 9 pierce armor.
Yeah.
They don't die easily at all.
And he's on the wood line now.
And on the farms, Hera is kind of falling apart a little bit.
He's definitely falling apart. And I believe that Max has the mental edge. Because Max should have been dead a long time ago. Hera, he realizes that he's throwing from a very strong position. Unreal.
Max is diving a little bit too far on top now, though. He's wasting a lot of Kamuyuks.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say wasting, but he's fighting under a castle, downhill. That's not how you want to spend your Kamuyuks, the very precious gold units right now.
Wow, this production is insane. Max is outproducing Hera. Hera has 60 Hussars queued up. 60 Hussars queued up. Why Hussars?
Hussar isn't the unit he needs.
Just make your own halves at least, right?
Not even halves, just like... all that food has been producing Hussars. You can sell half of it, and you can make champions or Huskars or whatnot.
60 Hussars.
Max is coming through the middle as well now. He's chopped through, and he's making a trebuchet. There's halves.
Oh my god.
Max has played this post-Imperial game really, really well.
Yeah, his Castle Age was quite honestly bad. You know, like, it was really, really bad. Yeah, but his in-play has been insane.
Yeah, it's been really, really spot on. Decision-making wise, positioning, picking his battles, raiding. It's been really spot on.
I think Hera's dead. The only thing he's making is villagers, hussars, and he has 2 skirms queued up. Whereas Max is making a few cameos here, there, skirmishers, and full help. Unless Hera somehow changes his composition, I don't see this going well for him.
Hera's economy is like going down. It's like about to fall below 100 villagers.
Yeah.
And he cannot produce units.
Hussars are really expensive with food too, so it's not like he'll have food to go into Huskarls or champions.
Yeah, I don't like Hussar. Sure, it's a nice unit to have to do some raiding here and there.
Yeah,
but it's not supposed to be your main army composition.
Oh,
especially against a player that has full halbs and full Kamuyuks. Yeah, nice walls by Max there.
Wow, micro nerd move. Oh, and the halbs are in there as well.
See now Max as well, he realizes, okay, the top spot, not important anymore. Let Hera have units there. I'll push completely where the game matters right now.
This is insane. The halves are going to the additional farm spots. I think Hera, after this wave of Hussars, his population will be 150. He doesn't have eco. He can't produce.
Yeah, he only has 44 farms right now, and he has 18 idols still. He's losing a castle now.
Wow.
Max is just complete control right now. And being down 4-1 relics as well.
Look at these vills from Max up against the edge of the map. Such a Max move.
The thing is, they're Inca villagers. They don't die to a single skirm. They can keep running and they'll keep building the barracks.
Wow. Yeah, Hera, he's adding more farms, Viper, but I guess he has some safe farm space on the left. But the fact that he doesn't have those farms right now is hurting him because Max has the eco, he's pushing, he's killing lumberjacks.
Hera is now mixing in a few onagers again, but I'm afraid it's a little bit too late.
Too late.
And those onagers, it's just gonna die right away.
Wow.
I think Hera had like so many possible compositions to go for. He could do hand cannons, onagers, he could mix in some scorps, he could anything but Hussar, man. Like Hussar is one thing that don't make sense against Incas.
I could have said
options to go for.
Yeah, I could have said Viper, what's the worst thing Hera could do here? If Viper would have been like Hussar skirm, and then that's exactly what Hera did.
But like Hussar isn't, like I said, it's not a bad unit here. It's just he's using it as his main army composition, and that's not. It can't be the main army against Incas. Hera is making like 20 Huskars now on the top side. I'm not sure he's gonna take out that university. It's very crucial at this point in the game. He's also sending all his skirms back to the top. Okay, they're coming back now. Yeah, I don't know what Hera is trying to do here.
He's trying to recover now, right? He's trying to stabilize his eco, recover, but I think Max has gained so much momentum and he has such a better composition. These TCs will eventually die. And eventually it will be all blue in the center and Hera will just have that northern side. Which
Hera
is
has
not
done
going
a good job though, reforming on the left side. So his economy isn't all gone.
Yeah.
He still has 200 population. He's not dead and out. He just needs to really start like focusing and concentrating on the way he takes his fights.
Yep. Yeah, good job with the repairs and the onagers, actually. Keep those alive. And he's queuing up lots of units, but I still feel as though... Well, Max now is not taking the best fight. If he had all of his units together, it would have been better.
Max is kind of running a little bit out of steam. He's not really...
And he's getting raided by Huskarls. Hera's made some Huskarls. He's killing these buildings.
The counter comeback, man.
Oh my god. And you know what changed it? Huskarls. Like all of a sudden we see Huskarls, and Huskarls are doing things on both sides.
But they're gonna run into 20 Kamyuks now.
Oh wait.
Or are they? Oh boy, this can get ugly.
Is that a patrol?
Okay,
there we go. Yeah.
Just passing the rules.
We're 1 hour and 30 minutes in, and this is a best of 7. Thank God we're not doing all 7 games played. That would be way off schedule.
Might happen anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, Max is now switching. Okay, he's realizing, okay, I'm not trading efficiently through the middle anymore.
Yeah.
Time to clean the top side. So he's sending his trebuchets there now. He's sending his Kamyuks. He has over 40 Kamyuks all of a sudden as well.
Yeah, so maybe that was the long-term logic.
Ooh, the Huskars, no. Okay, he reacted just in time.
Make Hera address the center just so he could finally kill these castles. And get the monastery, by the way.
True, the monastery is there with all 3 relics. And again, he has full control of the bottom now. Hera can't safely farm or take wood from that whole area. Yeah. And, I mean, where's Hera taking wood right now? He has a few woodlands in the left side, but that's not going to last forever. As long as all the wood in the middle is vulnerable as well, then... Ooh, the onagers shot.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, Max realized.
Yeah, wood, long-term now, wood... Oh, Trev got an onager. Long-term wood is looking like it can be a big problem for Hera here.
Long-term gold as well if he loses those relics.
For sure.
The Kamyuks are just mopping up everything.
Okay, that's so sick.
Wow.
Searches.
I think this is where Hera is really feeling it. He only has 14 Hussars queued up. And he has 200 food and 200 wood. Yeah, all the eco rating has caught up to him.
Yeah, his economy is all at the, like, scraped thin now. He's like using everything he has. And at the moment, it's not looking like it's enough.
Wow. One castle goes down, the ranges will start going down, the next castle will go down. This feels over now. This feels over. I think if Max takes the castles out, we already said that this is where Hera has his few lumberjacks. They would die, And maybe the center, there could be a bit of a push, but Hera only has skirmishers. He can't push the towers.
He also has like 30 villagers, 25 villagers on the top side as well. So
yeah,
that's a big part of his economy as well right now.
Wow. Hera's producing all the wrong things. He's desperate to kill the Trebs, and he can't do it because the Chemioks and Halbs are protecting them. And the GG!
I mean, he sticks with the Hussar as well for Sol. I mean, the Hussar, it's a fine addition to your like raiding, maybe attack some skirmishers, but they can't be like 80% of your main army. It can't be Hussars.
That was a mix of a big throw from Hera and a sick comeback from Max.
For sure. It was really, really well played by Max as well. I mean, look at Hera now. The middle is open, and he cannot stonewall either as Goth, right? So he's nowhere to like actually secure an area. He has 40 skirmishers just sitting in his base waiting because he cannot leave that space.
Yeah.
Once he leaves, suddenly that space gets flooded again. Just really, really, really well played by Max here.
Yeah, we had a lot of time to talk about it, but there were a few things. I think first off, Hera needed to push faster when he had his advantage.
Yes.
Before the Chemioks mass, before they were elite. The other thing is, I think he was a bit overconfident. Maybe making the Hussars was because of overconfidence. Also, he built his castles all on the left-hand side. Had he castled the right-hand side, though he can't wall, that would have prevented Max from raiding like he did. But 1 hour and 34 minutes Viper, that was unexpected. I thought that game was over right when Hera hit Imp, honestly. Right when he had Elite Huskarl, I thought it was GG.
Yeah, it was looking really good for Hera then. I think also Hera, I mean, the Cavalier switch, it's so much gold investment, right? That could have been hand cannoners, could have been onagers, could have been a unit that actually contributes. The Cavalier, they did a good job because they did a good fight there at the start, early in Imperial Age, but still, the Cavalier probably not worth the investment.
Yep.
But you know the most important part here in this game?
Oh, God, your prediction was right.
Yes.
Come on. I forgot about that, actually. The game was so long.
That was the most important part of this game.
So 1,400 kills for Max. Go through the achievements. Wow, Hera had 20,000 more food. I wonder what that was put into. More stone and 6,000 more gold. Really felt like Hera... I think if he went Huskarl champion, he would have won. But I could be wrong.
I mean,
it depends.
Huskarl champion, he need yes, but he needed to add something range behind skirmishes. Not a terrible choice, but with the Chemioks, you need something that's a little bit more hard hitting.
Yes.
Hand cannoners. Imagine if he has 40 hand cannoners. Max can never get on top of those. He doesn't have any army that can actually get on top of those, because with the production rate of Goth, he will always have meat shield in front of 40 hand cannoners, and those hand cannoners don't die either.
Yeah.
So they're like an investment once, pretty much. Of course, you might lose some here and there, but it's like a one-time investment, and then you just pump meat shield. And I don't see how Max, from the position he was in early Imperial Age, I don't see how he could have fended off a hand cannoneer, onager, and then champion or Huskarl push.
Do you remember the 2 rams on the right-hand side? Hera just sent them in. He broke through the walls.
Yes.
Then clicked 2 rams. If he had stables on the right-hand side at that time, broke through the walls and sent in 20 Hussars, as you said many times, that would be the way to use the Hussars. Just raid.
Yeah.
But to use 60 Hussars in a main fight against Chemioks and Halbs is just, I mean, there's people in my chat who even know not to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
There must be some pros. But either way, I mean, you can see, so think about the castle positions as well. Max did a completely random, it's not completely random, but it's like a castle that don't really make too much sense at that point in the game on the right side. But long term, it did protect the whole right area, sort of. And also, like a section of his farming, there was a woodland there. So that castle actually contributes to some way. Hera made 4 castles in the same spot, where 1 castle or 2 castles does the same job.
Isn't it so much fun to be a caster? Because we're always right.
No.
Because we we already know what's happened, right? Had he won the game, those 4 castles wouldn't have even been a talking point. But Max found his way back into it.
Captain, yeah, it's really cool to be Captain Hindsight and be able to tell them everything is wrong and such. Yeah. Obviously, in the game, you don't get the chance to view the whole map and think like this. It's only possible from a caster perspective.
Yeah. Well, game 3 is coming up. This will be Hera's home map pick. He has... Oh, are we going to see Cup? We are going to see Cup. Let's go.
Ooh, Japanese War.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't expecting a Japanese War. And I could talk through this and get into the game. Awesome. Yes, here we are, everyone. So welcome. Viper's currently streaming this as well. So hello to all Viper's viewers, and then hello to everyone who's here for my 24-hour stream today. Thanks again to Dux, to Legless Alex, to Oracle for putting up the $1,000 for this show match, and thanks Viper for hanging out. I know you're sick, so you sound more sick than I am. So.
I'm perfect, man. Peak condition. Let's go.
All right. So this was one of the new maps for Hidden Cup 2. I don't believe that this is a map that Hera played during the tournament because he lost in round 1. But you did play this. You actually played this against TheMax, didn't you, in the finals?
Yeah. I mean, this is a map. You said Hera and MBL played this the other day, right? They might have just played map pack.
No, I was talking about. If I said Cup, then I meant to say Bay. Before.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, then I don't know. Then we're probably just playing around with the map pack. But of course, this is a map. If you practice it and play it, it makes sense to pick it. But like, I don't know if this is a map I would see Hera practicing or picking.
Yeah.
But I know he's kind of changed his approach a little bit lately. I mean, since he started streaming, etc. I think he's been becoming more of a hybrid player. Like, of course, he's still primarily a LAN player, but I think he's way better on hybrid maps than he used to be. So I'm not completely surprised to see him actually pick sort of a hybrid type of map.
Yeah, I think that he understood his weakness in a sense because everyone has always seen him as an Arabia player. Funny enough, I think before Hidden Cup 2, he said to me, "I'm worse on Arabia than I am at random maps now," and I was surprised he said that. And then he lost 3-1 to Vivi. But yeah, I agree. I think that he's been focusing more on preparation and strategy instead of just using his speed and agility for Arabia and whatnot.
Yeah, I think him streaming as well has made him like analyze more and like self-reflect more on
possibly
games and everything. So I think that also contributes to him sort of also like becoming a little bit of a more mature / different.
I also think he has a lot more time at the moment as well, because time's a big thing. If you don't have time, a lot of players just want to load up and play for a few hours and play Arabia. But he's had some time recently. So this map is one of my favorite maps. I still don't think there's a defined meta for it, and I'm really, really curious as to why they chose Japanese. Obviously, there's fish in the center, but there's also amphibious terrain. So if someone were to go for man-at-arms or scouts or whatever, they could kill the fishing ships. And then also the fishing ships and the Navy cannot cross over to the other side of the pond. So both players are docking the center now. But Viper, there's only, I want to say there's only 1,000 food. No, there's less than 1,000 food in the center because the salmon only have 225. That's why I think Japanese is an interesting approach, because it's not, like, fish doesn't matter near as much on this map as it does on some other ones.
Yeah, but the thing here on this map is, I think, I mean, from when I played it, I think I thought man-at-arms opening is the way to go here.
Okay.
So Japanese make a lot of sense because you can afford a dock, you can afford barracks, you can afford everything you need pretty much.
Yep.
And of course, your fishing ship lasts longer as well.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? It's not so much just the fishing ships, but it's the flexibility that you have with Japanese.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good point.
And I mean, you don't have to, like, no one is gonna go here 3-dock fire ship, right? This is not a water map.
Yeah.
People want to do like a little bit of water maybe just to try and see if you can get the water control and take the fish, but you're gonna make land units. You're gonna try to fight on land. You're not gonna win this game by having control of middle water.
Yeah.
So Japanese is a perfect pick for sort of like a mixed play style where a little bit of water, a little bit of land, and considering that everything is cheaper, lumber camps, mining camps, mill, and also
I'm from Taiwan, and I'm a big fan of time.
You are Norwegian, so
just
maybe a bit of bias there.
But but I still think, I mean,
both the game and your
Vikings can, like, sure, a lot of people think, okay, Vikings, well, longboats, but longboats aren't that great against war galleys. They're good against fires.
Yeah.
But Vikings don't have to play longboats. You can play war galleys.
Just go fast fletching with galleys.
Yeah,
I mean,
just play war galleys. Yeah. And you're gonna have cheaper war galleys. You're gonna be in a better spot compared to most other civs. So Vikings aren't that bad. Like, I mean, in a straight up water map like Baltic or what's that called? The arena map where you have water in the middle. Where
Pond
it's all
Arena?
about the water. Yeah, pretty much. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay, well, we'll
Like
see,
on
man.
those types, yeah, on those types of maps, Viking can't make fire ships, so you're in a big weakness there. But on islands, no, you can always find a way.
Well, that will come game 4, I think. So it might be the game after this,
Yes,
actually.
game
So
4, yeah, correct.
yeah, so you always have to keep that in mind when you're picking civs. The build order in Dark Age was almost identical for both players, but now it's a bit different. Max built the barracks nice and early, and he's sending the militia around, so he'll go man-at-arms. And Hera, I think, will go for a fast range, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, fast range, and I guess Hera's thinking about getting water control as well. He did 3 fishing ship, Max only did 2. But obviously now the fish isn't going to be that great anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised Hera is not already making a fire ship, because, I mean, he's taking the extra gold, so he can make archers and fire ships. But right now, oh, the gold is going to be...
can he quick wall? Can Hera notice this in time?
Oh, he can trap
He can trap it with 2 palisades!
No.
Oh, how sad does that make you?
Oh, the minerals, man, that's 3 dead villagers. He has to delete the lumber camp. Honestly, delete the lumber camp.
It's Japanese men-at-arms. You can't do this.
Okay, I mean, he trapped them. Congrats, masterpiece. What now? 3 dead villas. Oh man, you know the woman
tree?
might overchop. She might chop the tree free, man.
7
okay,
wood.
He saw it. He saw it.
Oh, what a disaster, though, man. And now Max has made a fire galley. That was all because of the lack of scouting. Max had a little bit more HP on his scout, so Hera was running away, and he did not scout the barracks, and he did not scout the units coming in. That's huge.
And Max also got the fire ship out first, and he's gonna have a water lead as well now. Everything, this opening has been really, really good for Max.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, the arms are gonna die, but I mean, you get 3 villagers and idle time, and that's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 villagers. Keep your fishing ships alive while Hera will lose his. Now, what's interesting about this is Hera's gone 2 range, which in my opinion is almost too aggressive because his economy is already behind. Yeah. But anyways, as he starts to send archers out across the map, Max has this section of water, so he could use demos or fires to keep the archers away. So that's why water is important, not necessarily for a big fish boom, but for the map control.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot to do a prediction, man.
Ah, true. I think Max will win.
No, this doesn't count. I think it's an admin loss for you.
I would have guessed Max anyway, because I think Max is better on hybrid maps like this. Just like regardless of what, I would have guessed Max.
Seems legit.
Easy to say now. But,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at it as well now, Hera's economy, he has 2 ranges, right? But he's producing from 1.
Yeah.
He's adding. Now he started producing from the second one, so like, his economy is going to be stretched so thin, while Max has more of a smooth development. Max is completely walled soon.
There's a hole,
counter units,
but it's a weak scout. So, oh, it's a weak villager as well.
Ooh.
If Hera runs back, nope.
It's good job by Max to notice that. Yeah, Hera doesn't like, and Hera as well. He cannot go straight to Max. He always has to circumvent the water now. But Hera is not giving up water. He's adding fire ships. He's adding a demo ship. So water is definitely not over. All is not said and done on the water map, on the water yet.
Yeah, another thing you could do, of course, is possibly dock the left side. There's definitely more fish over there. That's a pretty big investment, though, to make the dock and the fishing ships.
I think at this point it almost even makes sense to just make fish traps soon. Like, don't make a second dock on the other side. Just add 1 or 2 fish traps if you have control over this water.
Really interesting. Do you remember who won the game between you and Max in the Hidden Cup 2 finals on this?
That was Max.
Yeah. That was when... I forget what game that was. Oh, that was game number 4. Because he was up 2-1.
Yeah, he went up 3-1.
And then he went up 3-1. I was freaking out, man. I was freaking out.
That game was... I was so, like, frustrated after that game because I felt like I played so poorly.
Yeah, it was definitely not.
Yeah, after that game I just had to time out.
Yeah, you took like 5-10 minutes, took a breather.
Yeah.
By the way, how's Debbie doing? Is she sick as well?
Yeah, she's sick as well. we're getting better, still steady.
Well, Hera is finding kind of a tough time to do damage. He can't do anything, but I do like the fact that he seems to have quite a bit of farmers. Max's farms are horse color farms, so they're a bit better. And also, he's pressuring on water, but this is a risky game because the skirmishers are now coming in.
If this was the Mangrove Shells Cup where water is nerfed, this move makes sense, but he's kind of just wasting the important units right now.
Yeah. Yeah, now if he makes a demo, it could be pretty sweet, but that could be for either of them.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Max realized as well. There's no need for him to take the risk and like stay in the water.
Yeah.
He has the counter units as well, and his economy is looking very good. He's going to wheelbarrow and then probably click straight to Castle Age. Question then is follow-up to that. Is he going to make crossbow, elite skirm, knights maybe even?
Yeah, I think for Max it might make a little bit more sense to stick with skirm, like skirm water, whereas I think Hera, if he clicks up, knights would definitely be helpful to pick off those skirmishers.
Yeah. I mean, he's using his range though. It's kind of taking back water control like this.
Yeah.
Although I don't think Max is going to be too concerned with that. He only has 2 fiction ship there. So losing that is not the end of the world for him. He's going to try and repair this, but the archers are coming through the middle as well. I don't understand Max doing a counterattack with skirms. Skirms don't do damage to villagers. They're not gonna...
weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Well, where will Hera's archers be when this demo comes out, Viper? This could be really interesting. Hera's going the wrong way as well. Here comes a demo. Oh, pathing on demos is horrible.
Yeah, it was kind of trapped there. It was alright. So they're going to have sort of similar castle champs. I mean, those skirms are going to cost some idle times. They're going to be annoying, but they're not going to kill any villagers.
Well, there's a weak one on the berries, but you're right. It's kind of weird how he didn't have those at home, but he ends up judging it correctly and being okay because Hera has to come back. Is Hera missing? Why isn't he? Okay, he's on his way up now.
Oh, he might lose. I mean, Hera can't. Okay, Max doesn't have armor. If Max had armor, he's gonna get it in actually. Perfect timing for his armor to kick in. With that armor, he can actually even probably win this fight.
Yeah,
if he micros correctly.
Do you remember when we played and you're like, we had the armor discussion? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like for some reason, I never just thought about stuff. I just like would watch games and think, "Wow, this is the norm for units." Look at the armor. Yeah. So
if he doesn't have armor, Hera loses 1 archer.
Yeah. So the skirms have 3 pierce armor without armor, and then you get padded archer armor. It makes it 4. Archers do 5 damage, so it's just 1 damage a hit.
I mean, think as well now. Hera only has 8 archers left right now.
Yeah.
And Max is doing bloodlines. He's about to do a knight switch. If there was 8 more crossbows there, the knights are going to trade so much worse.
Yeah. But
now, with the lowered archer number, suddenly that knight switch can be super deadly.
Yeah, and I think another big reason to make knights is because they're more mobile. It's risky to send archers across on this map because they're slow and demos and fires can snag them. But knights can be quite strong. But you know what I like about this is how, obviously, Hera had an awful start. But he was able to hold control in the center, and he's still in the game.
Yeah, he's definitely done a good job after that very shaky start.
Yeah.
Oh, his archers. Max is going to find his archers here. Oh, that's really important. Those archers... Wait, Hera's going Bodkin Arrow War Galley, not crossbow. That's really strange prioritization for me. There's no fish on the water anymore. Why does he need to prioritize water so much?
Might be just for that control. Now, he doesn't have anything at home, so he'll need quick walls, possibly a monastery.
The town center. I guess he saw the knights coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, honestly, this could be pretty good for Hera as long as his crossbows get to Max's base to do some damage, but it's awkward until the TCs go up.
Yeah, he knows he can't get in on Max's base, so he has to go back. And there's idle time for Hera. Oh, another town center. Max is probably not going to go there, but yeah.
Okay. They have forging, right? No, they don't have forging, but Bill's dead.
This is what Max wants with these knights. Just cause chaos, and while he's adding town centers at his own base.
Yeah.
Max is completely fine even losing these knights, just as long as he picks off a couple of villagers.
Yeah, almost similar to game 1 in Feudal Age, where Hera made the man-at-arms and then ran around and bought himself time. Max is doing the same thing here in Castle Age with knights. And while Hera might have 3 TCs, the efficiency's way off. He had a dozen villagers inside that TC. I think this is where the one big risk for Max now is if he can't pressure Hera anymore because of the TCs, and Hera takes control of water. So I think eventually, once your eco's set, I think that's where a second and third dock could start coming up for both players.
Yeah. I mean, what's good for Hera here is he did War Galley and he has Bodkin as well for his crossbow. So a switch to actually start adding some War Galleys that has range can suddenly be on the table, right? And then he can actually take out most of the front buildings for Max here. And that's like, it's not end of the world for Max, but it's still super annoying to lose, say, 10, 12 houses, barracks, stable, archery range.
Yeah, another thing that's interesting to bring up is how the compositions will look going towards the Imperial Age. I like Hera's composition more in Imp because he gets Arbalest and Bracer, whereas Max's Knights are not going to be all that successful in the Imperial Age, as Japanese cavalry are quite weak without that final armor upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, Max is not going to stay with Cavalier. This is just a Castle Age play, a couple of Knights. He's going to make a switch to range units in Imperial Age for sure. And I would not rule out Yasama Towers either by Max. That's definitely something he would do.
Yep, sounds like it. And it'd be important to get some towers or castles in this gold area on the left-hand side. Players do have 3 golds. There's always a neutral gold in the corner, so you'll see that on the minimap for both of them. And then there's a ton of gold in the center. So I think it'd be a mistake to just boom and go to Imp without some form of map control. Both players will need to make more military and be more aggressive.
Look at Max here. I mean, he knows as well that he's safe. Hera is trying to do some damage to him, but he can't, so his crossbows are just running around. And in the meantime, Max has 1 skirm on the top right, who has been making sure that this is open. And now there's 9 knights from Max coming in straight to the woodland. He's going to pick off a monk, and he's going to... Oh, Hera with the quick... Whoa!
Oh!
Oh, that's nice. Oh, he's in still. Yeah.
Is he?
Oh, wow. Really nice for Hera. Really
wow.
Nice.
All right, well, Hera gets conversion. He will lose a villager.
Yeah, and so many idle villagers here as well. Still very good value for Max. And again, Hera, those crossbows, they keep going back and forth and not doing anything.
Yeah. Wow, that was some high-level stuff from Max there to use this skirmisher to make sure that was open.
Yeah.
It kills
I mean, it was just
monk
scouting information.
Yeah.
That helps guide his decisions, and that's pretty much what scouting is meant to do.
Yep, and now he's getting elite skirm. So knights and elite skirm very strong against just straight crossbow. Now
Hera is doing a really good job though. His villager count is keeping up and staying at the same level at the max.
I really wonder if Max will dock. I don't know if you have a strong opinion on this, because obviously we haven't seen many cup games to know what the meta is, or if it's worth investing into more docks and fires and stuff. But I really feel like now would be the time to place something on the left side, like a dock for some fires, just to keep Hera from doing that.
Max is going forward and dropping a range in between the goals. Yeah, like I said, I think if he wants to dock, it's going to be on the left side. The right side doesn't really matter much, except some map control on the front. Left side is where all the gold is, so that is where it would make sense to actually do a dock now if he wants to do that. Max is also looking closer to Imperial Age, so I guess he will just do a safe Imperial Age uptime here, and then start putting pressure from the top left side.
Yeah, makes sense. It's such a Max thing. He has ranges. No TC, just ranges in the center. So
Max
weird.
also did some nice pick-off with some knights on the water units of Hera here. Of course, now he's running straight into the crossbows. Not as good.
Oof.
Yeah. But those knights aren't useful anymore. He's not going to make more knights. Those are just like kind of throwaway units to do damage where he can.
Well, it gives Hera a bit of an opportunity, right? Because he's getting ballistics and he has quite a few crossbows. Still very difficult for Max to deal with that. Even though he has skirms.
He has 7 elite skirms now in the middle of Hera's base, and all those villagers are idle. That's 30 idle villagers, just like that.
Yeah.
Because Hera is completely open. You can compare their bases. There's no entry to Max's base whatsoever.
Yep.
Well, Hera is just fully open.
Yeah, and Hera has to send crossbows back. His offensive option has to come home to deal with units that counter him. So
that has been the story of this game as well. Those crossbows keep going forward to see if they can do damage, but they always have to come back.
Yeah. And despite all of this, I've been really impressed with Hera's boom, though, because he has not been in a good position, and yet his Vil count's still close to max, and he's on his way to Imp as well. So it really hasn't been bad, but it's been really solid play from Max, and there are the docks now. Docks in the center, on the island, that's huge.
Yeah, Max is playing very safe, while Hera is playing... I don't know how to say it. Weird. Not weird, he's playing...
He's
risky,
recovering, I would say.
Yeah, he's always on the back foot here, trying to reacting. Well, Max is playing safe. Hera is doing a doubt mining camp now on the left side, but
Oh man, that's rough. He can't take that whole side of the stone.
Yeah.
Max will probably deny that anyway. He's building an outpost there, and might even send out some navy, or wouldn't surprise me to see towers, as you said earlier, Viper.
I'm very confident actually that Max will do Yasama towers, like to control the middle, the water, and the center. It's like I don't see. I mean, I would probably do it myself as well.
Yeah.
So I also think Max is more likely to do it than me. So I do expect to see that coming up.
Do you build the castle first so you can get conscription and make trebs and then build towers, or do you just go towers now? It seems like he's saving for the castle.
You probably want to castle at first though, but
Yeah.
after that you might consider adding towers later. I don't like Hera's move now. He knows, well, he doesn't know that Max is going to be imp, but imagine there will be a demo as well running around here.
Oh, it's so risky, man.
But he knows that that Max has skirms as well. So being out here, imagine there's 10 skirms now popping up from the right. You're completely trapped and you're going to lose all your army.
Yeah.
I think Hera has enough units here to fight if Max were to release now, but...
Yeah, there's only a few skirms, but Max is getting bracers. So at least Hera's getting out of here. But that should not happen. I think if Max is able to make some navy, it should not happen. Hera's lucky he's getting out of there.
Hera did pick off Max's monk on the relic on the top.
I saw that, yeah.
The villager, so that was cute. And sending some skirms to scout on the bottom. So we see those knights are still useful. They're not a big part of the army anymore, but they're going to be annoying on that right side.
Okay. Yeah, there's a gold there,
castle.
which Max sees, and Hera's just TC'd, so maybe he uses the knights there.
It's gonna be Yasama towered later.
Yeah, probably.
No doubt. Max is doing a castle on the gold area now, so slow and steady, slow and steady. Max is pretty much playing when you're ahead, get further ahead.
Yeah, extremely safe. Was obviously hoping to snag the relics. Not making as many mistakes as he did in the previous game, that's for sure. He came back from behind in the previous game, in a game where we thought he was dead. But now it's always felt like he was in control. Even though Hera has the similar population numbers, and even though Hera is playing well, his position is definitely worse. It will be a very tough task for him to take down these towers. There you go, Viper. There's the first tower.
You see here as well, he's adding 2 town centers now towards the bottom. Like to me, that's building town centers towards the enemy, which is a little bit strange to me. Like 1 tower and then a couple arbalests, maybe a ram, and suddenly that can be like 20-30 villagers that are dead, pretty much.
Yeah, maybe the thought process is, since he won't have the gold in the center, he's trying to get more vills and maybe sell wood, and I don't know, but you're right. It's such an easy area to hit if you're Max.
I mean, Max as well. Like, I mean, look at the position now. He has control of all that extra gold in the middle.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be so hard for Hera to actually take back ever.
Now there is a gold more. Okay, Max has a villager in the north, Viper. You just know he's gonna build a range or a stable or something. That's amazing. But there is a gold there for Hera. There's also a gold on the left for Max. Which Max is going to have to defend, actually, because the Arbalest for Hera finally arrived to do something.
About time. Always trying to save the monk. Run. It's good as well. I mean, Max had the 2 knights as well on the right side of Hera's equal. Like the town center was garrisoned for 1 minute, so those knights actually still made use. Really
Max, like, most players will build buildings at home and then raid with their military, but Max loves forward buildings.
Yes.
It's like every game. And I never picked up on this before Hidden Cup, because Max doesn't play a lot of 1v1s, he just doesn't play a lot unless it's team games.
Yeah.
But every time he plays 1v1s now, he's doing this.
Yeah. Oh, Hera's running into the town center with what is he doing with the Arbalest? What is this?
Did he think it was open?
I think he tried to click the town center and just misclicked.
Oh, God. Yeah, probably.
Man, that's such a disaster. 20, 30 Arbalests just wasted like that.
Wow. Yeah, he's going to lose them all. And now Hera has gone for fast fire ship, but Max has his own fast fire ships. Yeah. The towers are now guard towers.
They're going to be keep. They're going to have arrow slits. They're going to have Yasama. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, and there's more towers on the right
side. Yasama, that man. Yeah, he's got style. I like this.
Yeah. Well, I think what Hera needs is some siege. He needs some trebuchets, Because there's nothing from Max that can kill Trebs easily. So maybe start trebbing back the center and defending on the right-hand side.
Yeah. On that point as well, you made with the 4 buildings, something Max does really well. If you remember last game as well, whenever Max was starting to make a push somewhere, there was like 3-4 barracks, 2-3 archer range popped on that in that area immediately, just to reinforce ASAP. He's really good on the follow-up to keep adding production, to keep the pressure going.
Yeah, he's producing at all times. Man, it was so much fun just talking to TheMax last week. It was such a good time. It's so much more fun, like, casting people once you've met them in real life as well. Like, once you have an idea of what their personality's like.
Yeah.
Well,
so Max is doing scale mill armor. It's looking like maybe a Japanese samurai switches on the table.
Well, quite a few skirmishers out and about for Hera. Not a lot else except for Navy. So maybe Samurai and Navy. I don't like Max's population, but it's because Hera has boomed up to 150 vills. So it's kind of what I expected when he didn't have the gold in the center, to just add more vills, sell wood, sell food for gold. He's doing all right in the center, and he's trebbing back a few towers. I hear you laughing now. Yeah, I saw that.
So weird.
I love it, man.
Not sure why keep upgrade isn't coming. I guess you can't afford it yet.
Yeah, it's expensive stuff, right?
Also, I'm not sure if he has the, what's it called, heated arrow, heated shot.
Heated shot. He's really struggling against the fire ships.
Yeah, Japanese actually don't have that upgrade, so it makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, just in general, it feels like he might have had the positioning with his buildings, but he hasn't had the production. Maybe overextending a little bit. He does have military to the right side of Hera's base. He will probably continue to deny res there.
I think Hera is doing a big mistake now that happens when you're under this pressure and not really sure what to do.
Yeah.
Look at his village count, it's almost 160.
Yeah, it's too much.
He's going to be struggling on army, like to produce and compete.
Yeah.
On every angle. Like Max has perfect amount of villages, 130, you have room for 70 military. Some on the left side, some on the right side, some to the middle. While Hera pretty much will only have enough units for one spot, pretty much.
Yeah, and he has 40 idols. He'd be better off just deleting some.
Yeah.
Max just threw a Treb away by accident.
I saw it.
Yeah, and so this might be Hera's opportunity in the center to get his Trebs forward.
Yeah. Aros is coming in now. He's still making some samurai in the background. I assume he will want to make elite samurai eventually, but he only has 1 castle, so maybe it makes sense to not.
Okay, and Hera's making his castle on the right side, which will clean up some of the towers and stop Max from pushing in, but I think he really needs a castle in the center, like in the center. Kill the castle, place your own. He needs a big push back.
He is making a move now with, but like it's so weird. It's like there's no military. It's just 4 Trebs, 2 rams, and then some fire ships. It's like no military there, so this can either go terribly wrong or amazingly well.
And Max's range in the north is making stuff now. He has 3 skirmishers raiding. He'll make another range there. I guess he doesn't see Hera's on the gold. I love it so much, man.
Yeah, it's really good.
Shipwright, okay.
Thinking like that's the thing. Max is thinking long term.
Yeah.
He knows he's gonna make a lot of war units, so shipwright makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and he's ramming down Hera's castle on the right. Capped rams will work unless Hera uses his villagers to make some samurai, which he's doing. Oof,
still not keep though. I don't understand why he's delaying keep.
How much does that cost?
500, 250, I think.
Ooh, demos come in. Hera will lose his Trebs. Well, never mind.
More demos as well.
More demos.
I think those Trebs are about to go down for Hera as well. Max is just slowly cementing his position. Like securing his position again.
Yeah.
I really like the castle from the Max. It's not like in the front line where Trebs could treb it down easily. It's all the way back, so pretty much to get to that castle, you have to like take complete control of the whole area there.
Yeah, Hera has to go to kind of an awkward position on the amphibious terrain. Hera has created quite a few fire galleys in the center, and they can't pass. So these fire galleys are useless. Even the war galleys he has are useless, and Max is making towers. The one thing
Hera's doing a really good job, I must say.
Who's that? Sorry.
Hera is doing a really good job, I must say, considering the position he's in.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I like the ranges on the left-hand side. Range is on the left for a bit of raiding. And, oh, a castle there could make things really interesting. That would take the gold away from the Max.
Question is how fast... Oh, Max reacted immediately. If he sees the castle go up, yeah... This castle might just be like a castle that will stay for a couple of minutes and then it's gone again. And he doesn't really get much out of it.
Yeah, Max could always send Trebs over, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, skirms and fires next to Hera's Trebs. Hera's outnumbered here. He does have gold, he just can't produce in the right spots. And those Trebs will eventually die unless he packs them up right now. It doesn't seem like he'll be able to do so in time.
1 HP Treb, 1 HP, no demo.
Yeah, don't waste a demo on that.
What a waste. And look at the castle on the left side. There's enough skirms there by Max now that that castle might not even go up.
Wow. And he's raiding in the north with more skirmishers. Does Hera not know? Hera knows there's one range there. He doesn't know about the other one in the corner. That is the ultimate sneak archer range.
It's the Max, you know they're there. You don't have to like think about it. You know they're there.
Yeah. I think the new meta when playing Max is just build outposts in the corners at the start of the game.
Yes.
Just do it in Dark Age. Wow. Well, great reaction from Max. Once Hera started building this castle, he sent army here. He denied it. He's building his own castle to protect that area, though I honestly feel like the castle should have been right next to Hera's castle foundation.
Yeah, but the thing is, he didn't know for sure that he was going to deny it, right?
Yeah,
so
good point.
He started the castle before that. At this point, obviously, if he knew, he would have dropped the castle there immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really tough map to finish off games on because there's so many points you can pressure. There's a pause for me. Is it the same for you?
Yeah, it's the same for me.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, you have armies on the right, obviously Navy and some units in the center, and then you have the lefts as well. But Max seems like he's in control, even though the population doesn't say that.
I mean, the main thing we can look at now is how much gold does Hera have access to. There's like 1,200 in the middle, where it's like on the middle on the right side.
Yeah.
And then there's like a 1,500 on the top side, which Max is constantly raiding. So gold, look at what Max has access to. Just sending another 20 villagers to the middle.
Yep.
Gold
and he has... Sorry, Viper. And he has one relic and should be able to get more. Then again, I guess Hera has 2. He could snag the one underneath that castle, but...
Yeah, but the relic difference is not going to come to play for another hour.
Half hour, yeah.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. We don't want that to happen again.
If you look at Max as well, he has 3 castles now. He's making more and more samurai. I'm pretty sure he's going to switch into full elite samurai soon.
Yeah.
And the question then is, I mean, Hera, who is out of gold, what answer do you have to elite samurai at that point?
Yeah, he doesn't really have an answer. He doesn't have the defensive towers that Max has. He can't afford Arbalest, and there you go, Viper. Elite Samurai on the way. 2 castles to produce from is actually enough with Japanese because Samurai produce so quickly.
Yeah,
oh, it's
sure.
3
he
castles.
Has 3 castles, 1 on the bottom and 2 on the left side. Treb is now going down from Hera. He's trying to out-repair Samurai.
Nope.
Once Max now, like Max, again, he's been playing the sort of, what's it called?
The long game? Late game?
Long game, yeah, but like when you just drain them out of resources, you just...
Starve them.
Starve them to death, pretty much.
Yeah,
he's like starving her of gold, and now he's like starting to use his gold.
Yeah.
Because Hera is doing scale body armor. I think he really likes those Hussar.
I mean, he needs something to raid with right now, but to get past this many towers and castles, Max's base is so solid defensively. Everywhere you look, he has towers or castles.
Yeah. I noticed that as well when I played a game against Max not too long ago. Like, he was always making towers in his base, even like preemptively. Like, it would be a tower there for 30 minutes doing nothing, but it came into effect in late game when raiding started. And suddenly those towers are super useful and super powerful.
Kind of reminds me of last game, where that weird castle on the right-hand side came into play 20 minutes later. It was still kind of weird because the hill was up against the edge of the map, but it worked.
It was
out.
very weird.
Yeah. Well, as long as Max gets his samurai in the right spot, I think this game is probably over. Like, Hera's doing his best to treb down this castle on the right side, but the samurai could easily snipe that treb. And then if Max uses his samurai in the center now with his galleons, with his fires, he will probably kill these trebuchets as well. And he's still trying to make skirmishers and raid where he can.
Yeah. Max is now up to 35 samurai, and Hera again, like, now it's gonna be, this is the moment where Hera is gonna be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
do I actually do here?
Yeah.
Because he does not have gold to make Arbalest. He doesn't have a gold to make any counters to Samurais.
Yep.
I think this is the moment where Hera is going to realize that, okay, there's not really many win conditions for me here, and I don't think this game will last too much longer.
Yeah, it's either GG right now, or he'll try a bit longer, and then he'll have to tap out once Max packs up these trebuchets and sends them forward against this castle. Because that is one thing that has kept Hera safe in this area of his farming eco, is the castle. But the Samurai will run right in, because there's no way for Hera to stop the trebs. There's buildings dying everywhere. Yeah, Max is going to take the win, Viper.
And you know what?
Really good.
Hera's invested a lot of gold in those fire ships as well. Max doesn't care, he has gold, he just sends the samurais to kill those as well.
Yeah.
And they die really fast to samurai too. So, like, Max, those samurai pretty much counter every single unit Hera has at the moment.
Yeah.
And they're also going to counter the light cab he's about to make.
Yeah, really strong play from Max. He lost the first game. He didn't have the best map, but he had an amazing comeback. Oh, this demo ended the game! Oh!
Okay.
That's not
good.
bad.
Still good, still good.
Yeah.
Now there's 2 more relics up for grabs for Max that he could potentially take. And also important, Max did deny the gold on the top side completely from Hera. So he doesn't even have those 1500 gold resources.
Yeah, Hera has military, but it's not the right military. He does not have resources, and he has villagers that will all die. I think he might be a bit tilted, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I think Hera's gotten better with it, but here comes Max with more towers. Hera through game 2. And now in game 3, Max has played really, really well. That takes a toll on you mentally.
He just played super solid, and like, he's not taking any risk. He's just grabbed damage, like taking whatever damage he finds, and like that's all he needs. He just needs a little bit of damage, and as long as he does everything right, otherwise, he puts himself in a position where he can win long term. Yeah,
that's pretty much when people have asked me actually in my chat, like, hey, why is Viper so good? I'm like, because he makes the right decisions. Because he's solid. He's always in the right area at the right time. Obviously, like, your micro is incredible, which I think separates you from the other players, which can make those decisions well. But, like, the reality is it's a strategy game, and you have to execute and hit the right areas, and that's exactly what Max has done. And Hera taps out and calls the GG.
You can see also the way Max used his samurai, not just now, like he had gold earlier, he didn't make any samurai earlier, like barely a few, because he knew, okay, I don't need samurai yet, I just need to keep draining Hera of gold, and then my samurai switch is going to come later. I'm pretty sure Max already thought about the samurai as soon as he took control of all the 5-6 golds in the middle. He thought, okay, long term I'm going to make a samurai.
You know, you could think back to how Hera played with Goths. In game number 2, there were a few instances where he was sending in just 1 or 2 Huskarls at a time, and he wasn't using them at the right time in the right spot. Max used those samurai perfectly here.
Exactly.
So it's a best of 7.
I need to take a quick break. I'm just going to run quick to the bathroom and grab some water as well. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, do your thing, man. No worries. Just mute me on your stream, because otherwise it might be a bit weird. All right. All right, so the score is now 2-1, everyone. This is actually perfect timing, because when I have a cocaster, I don't want to talk to chat and thank people for subs and donos and gifts and all that, because it's just, you know, it's awkward. I want to be respectful. But 3,500 people here for a 24-hour stream. We are... Okay, there should be a countdown somewhere, but I don't see it. But we're not even close to finishing. Max and Hera have a lot of games left in store for us, but Max with a bit of a comeback, which is good stuff. Now here's a look to the achievements if you want to see the achievements. 500 kills for Max. I think it was always going to be the economy for him. More food, more stone, and more gold. 98% of the map was explored. Great stuff. And now I think possibly one of Hera's weakest maps, an islands map, a water map. That's what we'll see next. And Viper said he thinks it might be Vikings. Vikings Italians, possibly.
24-hour stream.
There's a lot of water civs still remaining. You owe us 48 hours, buddy boy. No, I don't, buddy boy. Sorry. Thank you, Boxman. I'll go through a few names here. Owlman, Frank Doritos for the new sub. Urban, thank you for the 5. He said, love the production value on these alerts. Thank you. Yes, there's a special video that will be played. I'll give you guys an idea of where that came from.
72-hour stream.
Oh, Doa's been here for 23 months. Pax Romana, Gripes, Gingivitis. I genuinely cannot go through all these names because there's so many. But how many subs do we have?
24-hour streams again and haven't left since. Thanks for all you do.
You guys have to keep track for me because I have to gift. I'm gifting 10 subscribers or subscriptions, sorry, for every 100 subs during the stream. So I think I need to gift 20 subs now. I don't know, but if you're considering subscribing, all new subs are half off till the 24th. Thank you, Buttface. I see you. If you're waiting for the Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition giveaway, that will come after this best of 7.
Please give chat the challenges ahead of time so people who want to know can see and enjoy. Really killed the last challenge for me.
All right. So Viper's not here yet, guys. We'll hop into the next game. This is just a look at the settings. If for those that were curious what maps were upcoming and such. But yeah, it's been great. I'm really appreciative of Viper because I knew that he was sick. I mean, I'm sick as well, but I think he's a little bit more under the weather. So Viper was correct.
I'm pretty sure I started.
It is Vikings for the max.
The last 24 hours
and
stream.
now Hera is playing as the Italians. So yeah, this is crazy. Like, I almost
subs. I would prefer a chicken sandwich.
The support has been so good today, it almost is like non-YouTube worthy in the sense that there's so many alerts, but I appreciate you all. Thank you. And the alerts look good. You like the alerts? Yeah, I like the alerts as well. Just promise me you'll stick around for the next couple hours. All right? Because you won't want to miss the Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition giveaways. You don't want to miss that. And you don't want to miss something else I have in store as well. I mean, the whole stream's going to be jam-packed, so I would cancel all your plans, but I'm not you. Hera's in the north. He's playing as the Italians. Oh, you're back. Nice.
I am back. Hello.
And you were right. Max chose Vikings, and Hera's gone Italians.
Oh, boy.
All right, interesting. Ooh, Max is actually using a scout to lure the boar.
Why don't you get Lorena
it's a big tell that Max is not planning to do a landing of any sort.
Yeah. Could have hurt him as well if Hera does end up on his islands.
Yeah, for sure. The scout is really important. Don't think Hera is using a scout. Yeah, Hera is not.
Okay. Well, I was messaging both the players. I was the one, I didn't organize this per se, but I was the one who was in contact with the players. And Hera said something about islands, I forget, but I said, don't worry, landing is the new meta. That's what I said. So he said, yeah. No, he said facts. That's a Hera thing to say, facts.
Yeah.
So
he was always in the ECLs. Oh yeah, he's just chilling when he was like doing well.
Yeah, just chilling. Facts.
Just chilling. He's Vikings, just chilling.
16 months.
Like I'm
only
8 years older than Hera, and yet I feel so out of touch from that lingo. Like he's chilling facts, you know, I'm old, man.
I'm even older, man, so
you're what, a year older than me? You're 27?
I'm 27, yeah. 21.
Yeah, okay, not bad.
Well, Matt's going for the back dock.
Yeah. Tell us about that, Viper.
It's in the back.
Oof, that was such a doubt answer.
Yes, I know. So Hera's going for front dock, Matt's going for back dock. It makes sense because Hera's Italians, he will most likely open with fire ships.
Yeah.
Fire galleys, which is the dominant unit in low numbers. But Max is going for the back docks. He's gonna probably do a couple fishing ship there.
Prediction! 5 minutes, prediction, quick!
Max.
Okay.
And yeah, he's gonna transition into galleys from the back. The problem here though rather is, when you play like this, you leave your front completely exposed and you're very vulnerable for a landing.
Yeah.
And the board. That's a board. So yeah, the question is if Hera is gonna try to win straight up water with Italians, which is not impossible. Italians is a great water save as well.
Yeah.
Or if he will try to do some sort of cheeky landing. Now, during ECL, if you remember the islands map there, the big difference there is why we kind of changed our playstyle there, is that there was only one stone on the island. So we wanted to always try to land and tower that stone.
Yeah.
Because from that point on, it's really difficult to defend because you simply don't have access to stone. On this map, however, there are 2 stones. So landing is not going to be as dominant, I would say, as on the map we played in ECL. But yeah, it's just going to be how Hera decides to play this. I'm guessing landing is what he would be more comfortable with, but we'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot of luck involved in it as well, because you never know if you'll be controlling a resource. It will be decent if he arrives on the front, but the stones are certainly accessible for Max. And I think Max will probably choose to take this gold, which is nearest to his town center, so it's not like Hera will deny that. I also think because the island is so compact, Max will likely spot that rather early, or at least he would hope so. That's very important.
Yeah, as long as he keeps his scout active towards the front, he should be alright no matter what.
Yeah.
And Vikings is such a good economy that I feel like even if you get landed, you should always be able to like sort of react in a proper way.
Yep.
You have to get really caught off guard if you want to actually, like if you're going to actually lose straight up from just a simple landing.
So do you think Max goes for a second dock on the back then and starts making like fletching galleys?
Yeah, he's already got a villager in the corner. Like he never sent that villager back. He's always been sticking around to make the second and probably third dock as well.
Yeah.
I was expecting the third dock to come, or even second dock to come to the bottom right though. I'm not sure. I mean, he decided to go towards the left, which is fine as well. But like a dock on the bottom right would have been really beautiful because there's so much fish there as well.
Yeah, it might be slightly safer for your fish, slightly further away. Hera's actually scouting with his fishing ships now. This is a strategy you'll see, so he knows exactly where to go. Reaching feudal age nice and quick with Italians. And this smells like a transport to me, Viper, because the scout was hanging around there, but nothing yet from Hera.
Yeah, I mean, the fishing ship scouting is, to me, that seems like he wants to play water because he wants to find out where the fish is ASAP.
Yeah.
The thing he's scared of now is Max just fast castling into longboats. That's why I think he is scouting with the fishing ship, because he wants to find out where the fish is immediately. But Max is not going FC. He's going safe, back docks, feudal age, galleys. And I honestly think that Max's strategy is going to, like at the moment, it seems like a pure blind counter to what Hera is doing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hera's
it's really good.
only doing 3 fishing ship as well, so his economy is not going to be great behind this either.
Okay, so finally, Hera finds the dock, but Max, he's pumping out those galleys, and an early blacksmith could come up, fast fletching could come out.
Demo ship is there as well. He has 1 more fishing ship. I mean, he has 2 more fishing ships because the 4th of Hera is not really working.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I would say at the moment it's looking like Max has a very good approach to this game.
Yeah, and it was Hera's something that, oh my god, did you see Hera's fishing ship blocking? It was something that you called as well in the previous game. Right? You mentioned that you think Vikings is still very good, probably if they have a bit of time in feudal age, and that's exactly what Max has had.
Max is doing a mistake here, though. He's queuing up 2 galleys in 1 dock and none in the other, so a little bit of a macro mistake,
weird.
But not huge.
I guess there's still so many pro players who play it like it's single queue.
Yeah.
You know, like multi-queue is more so for late game for them.
Yeah, but multi-queue as well, it's not really... There's multi-queue and there's smart multi-queue.
Like, yeah, which you do later.
Multi-queue is the smart multi-queue yet. I don't think it recognizes where you have the most production. Because you see, again, he has 2 galleys in 1 and the others are about to be empty. So I think he's purely multi-queuing.
I see what you mean.
Actually checking the docks.
I see what you mean, okay.
So, yeah. So like a dock with 90% queued might get a second galley, while the other one has a 10% queued, right?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what you meant at first. I thought that you were saying that Max was using multi-queue at the wrong time or something.
Yeah.
I think it is the smart queue though, Viper.
You sure about that?
I think so, yeah.
Then it doesn't make sense that it got queued up like that for him.
I mean, unless it was single queue. Like he was just toggling through. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like I've never, that's not a term. I think that Viper just made that up, like the smart multi-queue.
No, it's a term.
Is that the actual, is it, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's a term.
All right.
I think it's called just smart queue.
Gotcha. Well, I'm not sure. I'm sure someone in the chat will know. I always ask other people.
Hera landed right next to Max's scout, but he just escaped the vision there.
Oof.
Max is already walling in his base completely.
And Max had a really sick demo shot there as well. There's a lot of weak fires for Hera, and Max now has fletching. And his fish have been safe. I love the docks on the left-hand side. Oh! No way!
Oh, he found it.
Okay, can Hera wall the villain?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Just finding it is the big deal?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
To the corner. I've had this happen to me as well. He needs to click. Oh no, he needs to
He
click
needs
on
to
the
go to the
path side.
left.
He needs to go to the left. Go to the left. Oh,
Oh,
disaster.
disaster.
If Hera
And
isn't tilted by now,
yeah.
that's a moment that might get you. Oh, Max found the transport ship. If he's he's going for
Oh
transport
my
ship.
God.
Really good. You just need to focus on
Wow.
transport ship and then get out of there again.
6 kills, 0 deaths for Max. He kills the transport ship, 7 kills. He has way more eco because he's had the fish. He's walled up. He denied the sneak. Max is looking really good now.
Game is looking like this is the dream you want with Vikings. He also has he added more fishing ship as well, so he has 6 fishing ships. Yeah, he's pretty much living the dream. He's chilling with Vikings.
He's chilling, yeah. Oh my God. Meanwhile, Hera, what would he say? I don't know, but yeah, this is exactly what you would want. You would expect that Max will hit Castle Age faster, get to the War Galley upgrade faster, and it's almost so bad because Hera, he's tried everything. He tried to go for the water control quickly with the fires. That didn't work. So he figured, okay, I need to land, and then Max denied that as well. Not only just denied it, but stopped the range entirely, killed the villager, killed the transport.
Yeah.
So everything is added up against Hera, and so it's not as if he can go forward now. Going forward now wouldn't help him. I think maybe building the market as he is doing and getting to Castle Age to fight on water is probably the best approach.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, Hera can only play water now. Like, he cannot try landing again. It's not gonna work. Max is fully walled, everything like that. He's losing his fish now.
Yeah.
Max is on the way to Castle Age. Like, there's not a single point from now on where Hera's gonna have an advantage on water either.
Yeah.
So it's like this is a really uphill battle. Hera will have to.
Oh, the foragers are there as well.
Yeah, I know.
It's
honestly,
GG.
I think. Oh, demo shot! Oh, really good demo shot again as well. Honestly, I think Hera maybe his best choice is just 3 TC boom. Try to take it to Imp. I don't think he can catch up any other way.
Yeah, because certainly on water, he's not going to have it. He doesn't have the fishing ship numbers. Good micro from Max. No, it's all right. But he needs to get his fishing ships out of there. Well, it might be best to leave the fish
they
there.
Kind of help.
Yeah.
And they don't die that fast to fires anymore. So yeah, it's looking really, really good for Max. I wonder if he will make a switch to longbows from here, or if he's just going to stick with War Galley.
What would you do? Would you go longboats?
I would probably just do War Galley and then see what Hera's making. If Hera's sticking with full fires, I would add. Like, I wouldn't make more galleys from this point on.
Yeah.
Max is already adding fish. He's adding a 5th dock as well with better fish. I would add TCs, maybe ballistics and War Galley. And yeah, I mean, Hera's adding some galleys as well, so it seems like he might be making a switch, but he doesn't even have fletching, so
yeah,
I'm not really sure what his plan is.
But
yeah, I think longboats is a reaction now to seeing more fires.
Okay.
I think 2 TCs is the way to go now for Max, just economy approach.
Yeah. Well, and as we've touched on a few times, he always goes for that safe approach. Kind of like his strengths definitely matched this build as well, right? Just safe back dock, play defensive. And there's the second TC, like you said. Getting all those upgrades, he outnumbers Hera pretty heavily, 19, or make that 21 to 12. And he has free wheelbarrow and the fish. It's wild.
Handcart even.
Oh yeah, handcart now.
And even like you can see as well, he know he killed Hera's fish, so no point for him to go forward with his army. He just stayed at home protecting his own fish.
Yeah.
Sure, he lost a fishing ship, but that's fine. He's chilling, so it's fine.
Yeah, I really think that Hera struggles versus the really safe defensive, like solid players. That makes sense. Yeah. Like he struggles versus MBL a lot as well. And MBL again, tends to play
Vivi.
And then Vivi, who's the exact opposite. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. Yeah. That's true. Vivi definitely would not have gone back dock, fish boom into galleys, but
let's go.
There'll be a lot of stone taken and a lot of towers already.
Yeah, it's like Hidden Cup 3. We see someone pick Spanish, Vivi. Like Chinese. It's like, yo, Tim or Vivi.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he's gonna try the TC approach, as you said, Viper. That's what Hera's doing.
Max did add a few longboats already. I think it's just like safe just to have 2-3 in case some fires show up. But they're on the wrong side at the moment. It's the right side is where the fish is getting hit actually.
Yep. So he notices this. Do you think it was intentional to have just a few fishing ships on the right? Because they're kind of spread out at the moment.
Intentional. I mean, there was better fish there, so he's adding new fish. I don't think he expected Hera to invest into all these fire galleys. I think that's the surprise here.
Okay.
I mean, Hera did make a lot of fire ships actually coming in from right now, sniping some fish. Not too bad. He's kind of. I mean, he's ahead in villager count as well.
Yeah.
He has a farm eco, while Max has 0 land economy. Max food eco is completely on water, so it's actually really good for Hera. Yeah, I think Hera's gonna enter this game having better economy from now on. Max has to start farming, else his food eco is gonna struggle.
Yeah, it's a fine balance, right? You obviously have the fish for the early game, but as the game goes on, fish become less and less strong, I guess. And he has 8 of them. Oh, and there's crossbow. I like this.
Yeah. Transport ship on front as well, archery range. He also doesn't have gill nets at the moment, so the fish is not even that good. Honestly, if you look at this game right now, not like just from now on, like the score obviously is a huge difference, but it's not as bad as it seems.
Yeah, I think it's just the problem for Hera is that the navy that Max has, if he gets enough of it, can range a lot of this economy. So Hera probably, as you said, Viper needs to make more fire ships and make more navy and keep this area. And if he defends from this, if he gets a surround in on these galleys, he could also prevent the transport, which would be really nice.
I'm surprised Hera didn't do the armor, like careening yet.
Careening, yeah.
He's Italian, so he gets that pretty much for free. So that helps a lot here. 1 extra pierce armor. I'm really surprised he's not. This is a really good surround still.
Yeah, great positioning. It's so awkward to cast water. it really is, because that's a great fight for Hera, but it's just so boring. Like, oh, another ship sank.
Yeah. I mean, if the game is closer, I guess it's more exciting. Right now, it's just like it's too much in favor of Max at the moment.
Well,
I mean, Max is still relying completely on fishing ship. He's now adding the first farms. He's been relying on fishing ship the whole game, and I feel like Hera should get to Imperial Age before him. If he gets some fast fires out and then manages transition from there, this game is definitely not over.
Yeah, maybe fast fires, a quick transport to this little peninsula where Max has the outposts, and then like maybe some condos for a quick early land attack. Those center islands are always very important, not in early imp, but in the middle of the game, middle of the imp, getting castles and docks there always huge.
One of those middle legs islands are kind of bugged though. There's only 2 gold stones there. I think it's supposed to be more tiles.
Yeah.
I think that's good as well. It means it doesn't get that decisive.
Yeah. What's right between them, so it will be important. And now Hera's getting Bodkin for the war galleys he does have. Max has ballistics, right? Yeah, Max has ballistics, war galleys, and he has the longboats.
I still don't understand. If Hera has ship right here, he wins this fight.
You mean careening, right?
Yeah, careening.
Yeah.
And big mistake by Hera. He sent the war guys in front, and the fire ships came from behind. So we lost 3-4 war guys for nothing.
Yeah, and now Max will run away and regroup a bit. As he sends the crossbows in to Hera's eco, this will do so much damage. It will force a lot of idle time, could kill villagers. If Max stops, that is.
I think the angle is coming in from is not going to do too much. Because Hera just needs to send 1 or 2 war galleys and wall off. Oh, he's calling GG. Okay.
Yep.
That's very surprising, honestly.
Yeah, I felt like he could have fallen back with his navy. He could have clicked up, but I guess he felt like he didn't have anything to defend from the crossbows. Already, you know what? The score, possibly. Like, saw he was behind the score.
Yeah, of course. It's very, like, the score can be very... Like, you can look at the score and be like, okay, well whatever. And But, I mean, he has almost 10 more villagers. Of course, there's fishing ships here as well, so he's not ahead in economy, so to say. But he definitely has a fighting chance. But I guess still, Vikings post-Imperial water map as well is not a very favorable match, even for Italians. So
yeah. Well, Hera is in the situation you were in the Hidden Cup 2 finals, only this is just a show match. Because I believe... Yeah, Max was up 3-1 versus you. I forget the order of the games, but Hera started off the day getting a win, and Max is looking really solid now. So I'm hoping for Hera's sake that he can maybe take a couple minutes, take a deep breath, and realize that he still has the skill to come back. I think the next map is his next home map, which I actually forget what that is, but I'll let everyone know once I find out. But there's a quick look at the achievements.
I mean, Arabia, it's 50-50, maybe slightly favored in Hera even.
Yeah.
So if he manages to grab his home map now,
yeah,
and then also pick up Max's home map afterwards, he's gonna enter Arabia feeling super confident, and I think he's gonna be in a very good position then. But of course, that's still quite a ways away from here.
Yeah, you probably have to look at it like one game at a time, though, right? Just deal with each game as it comes. Okay, so 90 seconds till the next game starts. Viper, I hope I'm going to answer a few questions to my chat real quick if it's okay, because I'm doing a 24-hour. So I'm giving away over 10 Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition pre-order keys today. So people are asking about when that's going to be. After this best of 7 concludes is when all that's going to happen here in my streams for people who are asking those questions. Sorry I haven't been able to get to answering them. Well, I was on the fence 2 days ago about canceling this stream because I was probably about as sick as you are right now, Viper, but I think I'll be okay.
Sorry, come again?
Oh, I was just saying that I'm fortunately healing up a bit because a few days ago I was thinking about canceling the stream because I was feeling pretty sick. I think I might be okay. Oh, it's El Dorado. I forgot.
El Dorado,
yeah.
El Dorado.
This is the El Dorado version we had to fix after the qualifiers with that drama with Dogal.
True, when he made a dock on cancel the fish, right?
Yeah, he did. He was up 3-1 in the qualifier, and he felt like he needed to do that. That still pisses me off. All right, so welcome everyone to game number 4. The score is sorry, I have to update the scoreboard. Score is currently 3-1. Max is up. A winner of this gets $750. Loser gets $250. So pretty big payday for both of them, regardless. This map is El Dorado. This is the remaining home map for Hera. And they both have the same civ, because this civilization is probably the one that reigns supreme on this map. Viper, you've played El Dorado before. You had an excellent game, I think, as Chinese versus Incas against Vivi in Hidden Cup. Yeah, that was a sick game. Could you briefly talk us through what the focus is on this map?
Well, obviously, you get a super quick opening. I mean, you have instant access to food with Chinese, so you're always going to keep that 2-3 villager lead over pretty much every other civilization. So that's why Chinese is super favored in this map.
Yep.
The meta in general is to open men at arms. I know some people like to open scouts, but I feel like men at arms just give you way more presence in the early opening.
Okay, interesting.
The question here, though, is, I mean, you need to decide where your focus is going to be. Are you going to go for economy? Are you going to go for map control, considering that all the gold is in the center?
Yeah.
It's like you have to make those decisions throughout the game here, which makes this game really interesting in many ways, this map. So against Vivi, I went for economy approach. I did give him very much the map control in the center, but I did pull ahead quite a lot in economy. And it's against Eagle civs, it's really dangerous because they don't need much food to produce eagles. They just need that gold income. So, but here we have a Chinese war. So going for that economy approach versus middle approach here, I think economy is always going to come out on top.
Okay.
Or, I mean, you can always try to do like a mix, sort of like some economy, focus on military still, try to raid, try to control the middle at the same time. It's like you need to kind of already make up your mind early which kind of direction you want to go on this map, because it's really difficult. If you try to do a little bit of everything, that might also super backfire in the end.
Well, one thing that if you're seeing the map for the first time, you might not pick up on is that you can't farm around your TC. So eventually you run out of that early food, and then securing your base becomes a problem. So we'll see players try and wall between the wood lines and find a safe area. Kind of sucks for Hera that his berries are blocked off by the wood there.
Oh, that's really annoying, especially as Chinese. You need that food.
But anyways, Viper, who do you predict is going to win this?
Max.
Okay, I think it's probably a safe bet because it's not Arabia, and Max is looking very good. But you've been, let's see, we missed it once, and you've been correct every other time.
I would have gotten that right as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm an honest guy. I wouldn't lie about this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, Max is looking really good, and he's walling up nice and early. So this tells us he might go for more of the economic approach instead of the aggressive approach.
But the thing is as well, what you can do with this is wall yourself completely up, so you're not able to be damaged, and then you go all in for the center control.
Yeah.
So you have safe-ish economy in the back, and then just the full focus is on control in the middle.
Another thing I like about Max's situation is it's more open in the back. Players do get 2 tiles of stone and 2 tiles of gold in their base, so he's gold safe, and that's a great area for farming. Definitely,
it looks really good. Like his map is quite a perfect Eldorado map. Of course, he could have had a little bit easier walling, but
yeah,
I mean he's making it work. So that space for farming is super nice.
Yeah, I was surprised when you said that you think Man-at-Arms is better. Is that change with even a Chinese war? Because I feel like Mesosivs are very popular on this map, and you see Man-at-Arms with them, obviously. But I think, if I recall, most players in Hidden Cup 2... Like, did you go Scouts or Man-at-Arms when you played Chinese?
I went Man-at-Arms.
Ah, okay. Well, I just forgot then.
No, I would say most people are going Man-at-Arms on this map.
Even with Chinese, okay.
Yeah,
I guess...
even with Chinese.
Okay, okay.
Especially if you're against a Mesosiv.
Yeah.
Then it makes sense to go Man-at-Arms.
Okay.
Ooh, Hera's about to break into the wall. Oh, Max needs to wall this. Ooh, really close.
Oh, and you
have the scout as well. Oh, really good opening for Max. It looks like Max is going for the scout approach though.
Oh my god, he's getting some good hits here.
And Hera's Man-at-Arms opening seems for now to do absolutely nothing. Unless there's a hole, which there isn't.
On the bright side for Hera, he will be in feudal age faster, so he'll get the extra attack and speed. So Max will need to run back and stay back. Poor Debbie.
He said poor Debbie. Okay. Yeah, in this case, I guess, since Man-at-Arms is the meta...
Yeah.
Oh, Max is going for a range, okay. I think Max predicted Man-at-Arms opening as well. Okay. And therefore, he decided, okay, I'm going to wall up in minute 3 to make sure he's safe from the Man-at-Arms. And then he can play whatever opening he wants. I'm a little bit surprised by the range opening, though, because he's not on gold. That means he's going to go skirms.
Maybe one archer and then the rest skirms? Or do you save the gold for fletching?
To me, it looks like just economy approach right now. Oh, there's an opening. Once he breaks through the house, it's not walled. There's an opening between the house and the tree. This can be disastrous for Max.
Did he just Oh, he doesn't know. Is there a hole there? I can't check with capture H.
I'm pretty sure there's an opening there.
If you're using the main game, you can hold shift and click the flare.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
You think I'm a plebcaster or what?
Yeah, I mean a little bit.
Dude, he doesn't. Hera, I'm sure Hera doesn't realize either.
No.
It's open, man. Go in.
Hold on, I need to check for my stream. Let's see. So you said to the left of the house.
Yeah, between the house and the tree.
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure there's an opening. Oh, look.
Oh! Who's the plebcaster now, right? And the villager's just chilling out there.
Okay.
This is good for Hera. I think the walling is very ambitious on the front for him, but just the fact that he's gotten in now and Max wasn't expecting. Oh my god!
Max has a hole as well. On his woodline. Max has a hole as well.
What?
There's holes everywhere. Oh, he's walling it. Or is he? No.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Woodline of Hera.
Oh, okay. You said Max has a hole as well. I was like, wait, what?
Oh, sorry. Hera has a hole.
That's all right.
My bad.
It's hard to pick up on everything and talk about it at the same time.
Yeah.
Struggles of a top 25 caster.
Really nice tower by Max. It's gonna take the woodline, and that's switching woodlines on this map is really painful because you're already so stretched thin when it comes to wood, when it comes to farming.
Oh my god. Max just lost a vill.
Yep.
Hera's doing some real damage here. Hera has a 3 villager lead. All because of the hole. All because of the hole.
Mining camp coming in now as well. Hera's doing archers. Like, I think Max made a big mistake here. So he invested into horse color as well really early in the game. But he only has 2 farms. I guess the whole kind of set everything apart, but still, if you're investing that early into horse color, you probably should add farms as well, more farms earlier.
Yeah. Well, I guess if he has horse color, then the build difference isn't that huge.
Oh, not a villager.
Mm,
Quick walls, quick walls. Wall, gate. Okay, just run. It works.
yeah, he's got it. Now, there's another weak villager on the stone, though. A Hera spots him. He's dead. Wow, that hole did so much.
Yeah. Oh, Hera accidentally walked two of his archers into the tower of Max as well, so he lost 2 archers for nothing. That's so painful as well.
Sloppy.
Well, sloppy, but there's a lot of things going on in this game.
For sure.
It's understandable that things happen like this.
Well, keep in mind, everyone, that the middle is always visible. So if Max sends anything forward, Hera should see it if it's in the center. And that will be where Hera needs to be and where Max needs to be in early Castle Age, because they only have 2 tiles of gold. Good work from Max, though. Viper picked off another archer and will just run right on through.
This is really good for him as well. Like, those skirms should serve now as scouts. He wants to find out how many farmers does Hera have, what's his economy situation, just so he can compare pretty much. But he's deciding to stay by the range. I guess he wants a tower on the range as well, and maybe even take it out.
Yeah, he could tower maybe to the north of the villagers. Will take some time to kill that with the vills, but he also has, since he has the skirms on the other side, it's not like Hera can hop out to stop that.
Yeah, Hera's dropping a stable now as well. He's adding mining camp on the stone. Okay, I was just about to say, I don't understand why Hera's making more archers, and he immediately cancelled the archer he was making.
Okay.
Because that archer would not have made sense. They would have just been waste, pretty much.
I really feel like Max should be using those skirms, as you said, Viper, as a scout.
Yeah,
that stable. If he saw the stable, then I think the correct approach would be to go to gold at home and start making some archers, or at least send some spearmen forward.
Hera has a huge decision to make now. If you look at his resources, he is almost ready to click Castle Age. I guess he's banking on making towers to defend, and then Castle Age. I guess that would be his decision. Yeah, Knights for sure, but he doesn't have the greatest economy still. He doesn't have enough farms. He probably needs a market to buy some food.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, he could start transitioning to Castle Age.
Yeah, so he has more resources right now, but if he doesn't do enough to secure himself, the resources will be very short-lived. So that's the decision you're referring to. He could go up, but it's risky.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a good
Max
point.
also sending those to the middle of the map to drop a tower, so he's beginning that focus on the middle to slowly take map control. I mean, long term, of course, Hera only has 500 gold left on his main goal. So again, if he makes a market to buy resources, he doesn't have big excess of gold to spend that way.
Man, if he had just built that market a little bit earlier, he would have been up faster. And like now Max... Oh wait, Max is getting wheelbarrow now? I thought he had it. Anyways, so Max, he'll have a little bit more time to secure the center.
Yeah, the problem here for Hera is, I mean, if Max just plays... He can even play big feudal age here. He's still adding spearmen. Like, he can... make 4 or 5 towers in the base. He's still safe at home because he's fully walled.
Oh my god, is he gonna wall the entire center?
Yeah. I mean, Hera has to pretty much... The way for Hera to regain map control here is a castle drop.
Yeah.
And that's still a long time away from here.
Yeah. Well, Hera has 1 stable, so he could make a few knights, but as it stands, the knights will not kill anything that Max has, because Max is stonewalling up the center. And he has enough spearmen, I think, to hold at least against 1 knight. Against 2 or 3, then it's more complicated.
I think Max is going to do armor upgrades and such for his spearmen as well. I don't think he's going to... I think he's just going to go fully investing on like map control and keep control as long as... Oh, what is... Look at the top right side. The villager is trying to sneak in between the forest for some reason. Guess bad pathing there.
Yeah, it's just Max things.
Yeah.
His villagers do it without even being prompted. They just try and sneak into the corner. Yeah, Max needs armor for sure. He needs more spears and he needs some upgrades
forging
on them
as well.
Yeah.
He just now started to take gold, so he's thinking about Castle Age as well, but I think once he sees the upturn from Hera, I think he's going to make sure... I mean, he still has a hole in his base. There's a gap still between the house and the tree.
Oh, he hasn't
So
fixed
that for sure has to be plugged, yeah. But he has to like figure out how he's going to deal with this. I'm sure he's expecting that. He took out the range, so I'm 100% sure he's expecting knights to come.
Yeah. Should
he hasn't
be.
seen a stable yet, but that's the only thing that makes sense right now.
Yep. Well, he also, I like the way he has his units positioned. Skirmisher on the right-hand side, tower, outpost, outpost, tower. He should see any of the pressure as it's coming in, but he needs to click up, he needs to wall this up, and he needs to be walled at home, because the wall, if he doesn't plug that hole, Hera could easily win the game with these knights. Hera needs a castle drop as well.
Yeah, look at his situation right now. The gold is about to run out. The stone has run out. He has 694 stone.
Yep.
He has 14 idle villages now that needs to do something. They only have one mission right now, and that is to make the castle in the middle. Question is, how is Max going to cope with this? The towers are kind of forcing the castle to be a little bit away from the middle, so Max will always have resources sort of safe.
Yeah.
And he can sort of deny the resources for Hera still with towers.
But I don't think Max can stop the castle. That castle is going to be going up, and oh, this is a ballsy castle. Well, not so ballsy actually.
Nice by Max here to block it. He's staying in the area exactly where Hera wants to build, so he's blocking and buying time there.
Oh, that's a good fight too.
Hera is replacing the castle. He's thinking about. Oh, okay, there we go. Foundation is up.
Not enough spears for Max.
Yeah, for sure. And he still open. Oh, nice save in the middle there. The knight was about to get in the middle, but just placed the house in time.
Well,
now Max suddenly has a decision to make. How does he want to cope with this? Does he have enough stone for a castle himself? No, he does not.
Looks like guard tower defense, right? He'll lose 2 of these towers, but he could always shift to the left. Still has his base secured at home. Could maybe make a few knights. It'll be complicated though.
I think he will play pikeman, probably pikeman, siege, monastery even. But like he can still tower as well on the right side to deny that gold from Hera.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Drop a siege workshop as well. Get some mangonels out there. Yeah, this game is all about the middle now. I don't think economies are going to be rated much at home. This is all about the center control.
This is a really good Eldorado game. Too often the game just ends when one person hits castle and places a castle, but this game is really good because Max is still in it. Hera has a slight advantage, I would say, just because of the castle position and the fact that he could make Chukunu, which will help against the pikes. But we'll see. There we go. Viper, pikeman, and bodkin arrow for Max. Maybe a university.
Up.
Yeah, there we go.
Of course. And I think that tower from Max that Max is making now is going to be in reach of the gold miners of Hera.
Yeah, at least half of them.
Yeah, so like Max has all the counter tools he needs right now. Is Hera needs Siege Workshop. I'm not sure why he's not investing into Siege Workshop. It's so important for him right now.
What's he gonna do? A TC or what?
I mean, he doesn't have stone. There's the Siege Workshop.
There we go.
3 minutes too late, but it's there.
Yeah.
Guard tower, but the thing is now Max has guard tower. The mangonels aren't as effective anymore.
Yeah.
And another tower coming up for Max. This is looking great for Max again, I think.
Oh,
Score, if 400 points behind.
Yeah.
But still looking good.
But you're right, if the mangonels would have been out now, it would have maybe denied that tower or at least stopped this tower from going up. And the Siege Workshop is just a couple minutes too late. I think Max will get this guard tower up and it will range the gold which Hera needs to stay alive in this game.
I think Hera's going for a ram. Ooh, that's a big misplay in my opinion. I mean, as long as he keeps an army lead like this, it should be alright, but...
That's a decent fight for Hera.
Yeah, it is. Definitely a good fight, for sure. Okay, that's really good for Hera.
Yeah, it's good. He's killed all the pikes.
Yeah. I think Max needs ballistics here, honestly, as well. It will be super important for him.
Do you think Max could have... I guess it's tough for Max to justify his own Siege Workshop because... because there's knights out, but I think he almost needs his own Mangonel behind his walls. Oh, the Ram, I think the Ram will work out, at least for now, Viper, and Hera has a Vil lead, and Max just calls the GG.
Wow, I did not expect that.
Yeah, well, population difference was still pretty huge. I just felt like Max could have done a little bit more with his position there.
Yeah, I think, like, honestly, when Max hit Castle Edge, like, if I look at this game, I think I want to be Max.
Yeah.
So, a little bit strange to me how, like, he also had 0 upgrades on his pikemen still. So... I guess upgrade investment was a little bit off. He went bodkin. I mean, look at his resources. He has a lot of resources in the bank. He could have done a lot. He could have done upgrades on the pikeman. He could have made more pikemen. He could have made a mangonel. I still think if he just didn't... Okay.
Talk us through it, Viper. Talk us through it.
Yes. So I think the biggest issue there for Max was he wanted to take Hera off gold way too soon.
Yeah.
What he could have done was do upgrades, make more pikemen, get a siege workshop, get a mangonel, and then continue the tower push. Hera didn't have an answer to that. He didn't have the answer to like a creep of 2-3 more towers.
Yeah.
If there's a mangonel out there, if there's more pikemen. But Max just wanted to take him off immediately, and that ended up being the game-losing decision, pretty much.
It was almost the race to the siege workshop, in a sense. If he had the siege and the towers to back it up, I think Mangonel and pikemen would have killed Hera in early Castle Age, or at least, sorry, just killed the knights and the Chukunu that he had. So we were talking about Hera's siege workshop, but Max really needed one as well. But you're right, maybe not build the towers as early. Maybe go up to Castle Age a bit faster and build them later.
Honestly, I think everything Max needed there. He didn't need, like, he could have just stayed in the middle.
Yeah.
And made 1 or 2 mangonels, because Hera was going for a ram, right? As long as you have guard tower, mangonel is not going to work out. If you have mangonel yourself, rams are not going to work out either.
Yeah, true.
So everything Hera Max needed was 1 mangonel, and then keep making pikemen, do some upgrades, and then pretty much take it from there. I realized it just started the next game, and I'm not even out of this game yet. So
oh man, you know what it's like to be a caster now, man. I can't tell you how many times that has happened to me. You really got into like an analyzing groove there. That was great.
Well, because it's like, to me, like I get annoyed or not annoyed, frustrated.
Yeah.
When I see this
type
wrong
of a position. Yeah.
Because like it's such a. I mean, in the spot, it's obviously okay. It's super tempting to get a tower up immediately, take him off gold, right?
Yeah.
But if it would be such a cool move if he was able to stay calm and like think it through. Because if you manage to do that, then that's a really impressive read of the situation, pretty much. If you manage to actually make the decision,
yeah,
like, okay, I know he's low on gold. If I have guard towers in the middle, if I just make 1, 2 mangonels, there's no way he's going to break that.
Yeah.
So like, I love it when I see like thought out decisions like that. That's really cool to me.
Yeah, but it's crazy how it can switch, because we thought Max's position was so good. He had denied that wood line. He'd done pretty good. I really think I took a quick glance at the achievements after that game. I think his macro was off just because of the hole, because he was behind in every resource except for gold. And yeah, so that's a sign that his eco wasn't there. But anyways, we have Acropolis. This is a slab war. Max is in the blue again. Hera's in the red. They're playing for $1,000. The winner of this best of 7 will get $750. And the loser will get $250.
Casting, since you have
so
with you, Kappa, I don't even know what to
this is an aggressive map. I would expect to see maybe some man-at-arms or towers, or just some out-and-out scouts with slabs. Viper, what are your thoughts on Acropolis? Because I know that a lot of pros feel like it's a very hard map to balance, honestly, with like the wood line and the gold positions.
Yeah, so I mean, all you need to do at the moment is Hera's Lumbercamp is great. That woodline is fantastic. But look at Max's map. Yeah, it does have this corner woodline, which is okay. But if you look around this map otherwise, there's like, to get wood for him is so far away from his town center.
Yeah.
Well, Hera just had to go straight down the hill and he was there, right?
Yep.
So that can obviously feel unfair as a player, but usually that is not the game deciding factor in this game, in this map.
Okay. Yeah, it's something you need to focus on because most of your resources are going to be off of your hill. So you do have a main gold and a main stone up there. You do have some wood to live with, but as the game goes on, it's all about expanding, which is why it's an aggressive map. Hera has 1, 2, maybe 3 solid woodline options. Max has 1 solid,
and is already walling himself off from that woodline.
So. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what he ends up going for, but this could be good for Hera. I think he has a slightly better map. He won the previous game. By the way, you got it wrong.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, so you'll have to guess here as well. But we could easily see Hera win this game and take it to game number 7 on Arabia, which Hera would prefer.
Yeah, I think Hera's going to win this game.
Oh, okay. Going with Hera this time.
I want to see the 7th game. There's no all caster.
Yeah, we want more games.
Yeah. I've been casting for 5 hours. I'm dead tired, but we want 7 games.
Yeah. Well, that's why we get excited when we cast your games, because it never goes to 7. So,
sorry. I'm doing it for you guys. Have you ever viewed it like that?
What? That you're doing it to save us time?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you guys get tired. I know casting is hard. It's hard work, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about Hidden Cup 2 numbers, my stream would have never hit 17,000 if it didn't go to Game 7. Like,
you're welcome.
So thank you for the comeback. Thank you for not losing.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Because I think at Game 4 in that series, it was at 13,000. So it spiked up 4,000 just because of your comeback. So
yeah.
Thank you,
Make it
Viper.
exciting. You're welcome.
You know, it is triggering for me as a caster, though, when someone's like, oh, Viper was just trying to make it interesting. Like, oh, Viper let...
This
I feel
game,
like
and you
this
invite
approach
some
on
of
a
the
map
reasons
like
it
this,
lives on.
where
Thank you
you
both.
can have such better wood on the bottom,
Yeah.
it might come back and bite you in the butt a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, if he manages to do a lot of damage on Hera, because Hera is down on the floor, so to say,
yeah,
then of course it might be worth it. But long term, if you get away with it, definitely better being on the low ground.
yeah. So that's what it'll come down to. A Max is investing in so many walls, which is protecting an area he won't want to be at for a long period of time, at least when it comes to lumber, of course.
Yeah.
Well, Hera, he has his barracks up. He'll place his stable. Max will most likely be doing the same. He did scout Hera's base. He also sees where that lumber camp is. Now, it's not easy to do when scouts are out and about, but if scout numbers are low for Hera, maybe Max considers to send a few villagers forward in tower. That's very common on this map to deny the excuse me, the wood lines.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Hera, he should know by now. Max is fully walled early on every single game.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what Hera is going to... I mean, Hera is in the position then to have to make the decision. Okay, how much armor do I actually make? Because I need enough to defend myself.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can do damage to him, right? Especially with scouts, which can't teleport past walls most of the time. So question then is, how does Hera approach this, knowing that he's pretty much just going to defend his woodline for now?
Yeah.
I think something nice could be to like wall in his woodline altogether, like just in a little bit of circle, and then have a gate in there. That could work.
I could never play maps like this. I would just refuse. Like, I hate those little walls around. I hate that.
Yeah. But I mean, if you look at this, like he could wall from the house to the stable, stable to house, and then like just around. It's a nice little circle then. I mean, if you look at Max, it's not as big as that circle, so not that big of an investment.
Yeah, good point. Max has his starting scout outside of his walls. He probably needs a spearman. Yep, there's a spearman, and another scout will come out.
Max also did lure in all the deer before he went up, so his economy is slightly better early on here.
Okay, yep.
Some good hits from Hera, though, so his scout opening so far is definitely in favor of Hera.
Yeah, and good micro. You expect... Ooh. Okay.
He's trying to be too fancy there.
Yeah. Well, he's still in a nice spot, but yeah, he tried his best to distract the spear and pick off the scout. But that's a sign of confidence, right? I feel like if Hera's doing that kind of stuff, it's that he has his mojo back.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like he's playing well, so he's trying to do those things. If you look at Hera's base, he's already has a big farm setup. He pretty much just needs like 2 villas on gold now, and then he can go to Castlage because he's slabs.
Yeah.
And if you look at Max's base, he's just got like 6-7 farms up. So I think it's looking really good for Hera, honestly, with the way the economies are set up.
Nice. We got
then again, Hera didn't have the 600 food from the deer, but you know, long term, right? He has the better wood location. He also has more farms, so long term, he'll be much better off.
Very good usage of the scouts as well from Hera. Always keeping track of Max's scouts. He was staying on... Oh, that's not too good, though. I jinxed that. Oh, I totally jinxed that.
Wow, Viper.
Well, I was saying he was like patrolling their top side because he expected Max to come in there, which he was right in. So yeah, good like game sense in that regard.
I feel like a bit of walling there would be good. From the edge of the map to the TC, or to the house in front of the TC, that would be really useful, because then all the pressure comes in towards the wood line. It's so much easier to protect.
And there's no point at all leaving that gold that Hera's taking now so exposed. Zero reason to do that.
Okay, so a lot of spearmen now. for the Max, sending them forward. And his scouts are looping around. Now Hera's hoping to catch these out.
Oh, Hera's a little bit lucky here. He has no scout on spear on the left side. He's sending one now, but Max's scouts were on the left side. They could have jumped in and grabbed the villager there. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Hera knows he can't do damage to Max, so his whole game right now is just, okay, I need to defend with the minimum amount of investment, pretty much.
Yeah, so it's important that he tracks what Max is doing at all times.
Exactly. Ooh.
This would be better for Hera, but good hit from Max. Really needs more spearmen here, but Hera's trying to catch him off with his own 2 spears. So far, this has been perfect for Hera.
Yeah, I think it's looking really good for him. Another hit there, nicely, and look at his resources.
Yeah.
He has 600 food. He's going to click up to Castle Age as soon as Wheelbarrow finishes. And Max is at 175.
Huge difference. It's crazy. Yeah, Hera is averaging more wood and more food income right now. Capture rate says 250 wood a minute for Hera and 350 food. It's just 190 wood for Max and now it's around 350 for Max with food.
Hera didn't have his blacksmith ready, so unfortunately his Castle Age time was a little bit delayed, but still.
Yeah.
He's still going to have like a 2-minute lead on Max here. Max just moved to gold as well, so economically, Hera's definitely done a way better job here compared to Max.
Oh, but
I also think Max don't have Wheelbarrow yet.
Yeah, Max doesn't have wheel, but Max does have more scouts. So this would be the moment. Hera didn't wall, which I still don't understand.
Yeah. Well, how well? And then he couldn't show up the quick walls.
Yeah, that's true. This is a lot of scouts, man. He still has one more at home. He's getting bloodlines. Max needs to make this count. He needs to go in soon, but not now.
Oh, so close.
He's lucky, man. Forging's on the way as well for Hera. I love the forging edition because forging helps the spears. It also helps his scouts and the knights will be creating.
Yeah. He already did it, true.
Yeah.
Max is doing it as well. Max is heavily committing to feudal age here. Still under 100 food in his bank, so Hera, he need.
Oh, the wood,
just
man.
Just wall in your resources, man. When you see this bloodlines, you see forging. You need to make sure.
Oh
you're
my
safe.
god!
Oh,
if he loses these vills, he'd obviously lose the series.
Yeah, he should be fine here.
But it just makes life so much more difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
So much more stressful than
for sure. He had a minute earlier where he could have just spent a couple of seconds walling these guys in.
Yeah. Ooh, the scouts will now go to the right where there's some farmers. But I think Hera's done a really nice job. He has more kills. He might lose a villager or two, but he's in Castle Age. And now what is Max's response?
I mean, Max still is untouched, right? He still has untouched economy.
Yep.
So, no matter what, this is not the end of the world for him. And he's also moved to the woodline in the left corner now. So, Hera needs to try and find now a way to do damage. Of course, Hera only lost one villager. He's fine. He didn't lose much at all.
Yeah.
Still in a very good position. But he needs to, like, okay, you're in Castle Age earlier. What are you going to use this for? TCs need to come up. The economy spike has to kick in.
Yeah. Well, there we go. There's the TC for Hera on the wood line and a TC on the gold as well. It's interesting.
I think it's a good decision. Also, it means that less economy is invested on the top plateau, so to say.
Ah, good point.
Like if you have 2 TCs on the top, suddenly you have twice the population there are villagers.
Yeah.
And that's where the resources run out. So I like the decision. To me, it feels like Max might also play pikemen here. He's adding more spearmen. He's going to play knights, but I think like a knight pikeman play can be really interesting in a slab war.
Yeah, I think if he's just waiting for knights, Hera has so much more time to mass them. So, whereas you can make spearmen and upgrade them to pike once you hit Castle Age.
Yeah. Thing now is, can Hera do any counter damage anywhere? I don't think he will be able to get in anywhere. Max is super safe everywhere. He can just run and quickly wall behind whenever knights come. So Hera needs to use this minute to like pull ahead in economy. Not a villager go down on the right side.
Cheeky move from Max indeed. Now if Hera scouts that corner, he could possibly micro down a few villagers. There's quite a few spears, but he sees the lumber camp. That's big. Great scouting from Hera. I love that.
Yeah. But it's also a thing. Do you really want to run into 8 spearmen ever? No matter what you have. Yeah. And also with upgrades. So I don't think Hera can justify attacking this, especially if Max does pikemen, which I guess he will do because he has so many resources.
So Max is going to fall behind economically. He's not in he is in Castle Age, but he's not on 3 TCs. So do you think he almost needs to go forward with the Siege Workshop, like maybe Pike, Monk, Siege? Or do you think that he could just fall to a 2nd and 3rd TC himself?
I think if he keeps making pikemen like he is right now,
yeah,
then I think it makes sense to like follow up with villagers, siege, maybe monasteries.
Okay.
But I mean, again, Hera's already doing handcart. He's gonna have a super strong economy. And Max, the thing here as well, since Max was late to Castle Age, he doesn't have any map control. He's kind of forced to make TCs in places he doesn't really want to, right?
Yeah, like this. Like you said earlier, the good thing about building TCs in the center is that you have less villagers on the hill. And Max is going to have that problem potentially. But 3 TCs for him, yeah, a lot of pikemen, a lot of knights. Should Hera go... Do you think you can just go knights and monks to defend from pikes and knights? Or do you think you should maybe consider
nice quick balls
something
from
else?
Hera. On the gold. Oh, nice. Really nice quick balls from Hera there.
Yeah, good work.
I think knights... I'm still gonna lose a couple of those though. This is just, like, it's so unnecessary. Why leave this gap open? It's such an easy wall off. That decision I will never understand, no matter what.
It's weird.
Yeah, I think for the time being, of course, I think Knight Monk is fine for him. But he will have to see if the pikeman siege monk push comes in.
Yeah.
He might have to change his plan a little bit. But yeah, he's still looking in an amazing spot right now.
But he lost 2 villagers. He lost 2 villagers and had idle time that was totally avoidable.
Yeah.
I also feel like his eco is very gold heavy. He does not need that many villagers on gold. It is gold in the center and gold at home. So perhaps if Max's eco balance is better, and Max could shift that into something really strong.
Hera also picked up 2 relics already, which is a really good move. So
yeah.
Long term, he also sees 2 more relics. Does not see the final relic. Maybe he's already carrying it because I don't see it either.
Oh, yeah, but it's about to...
Oh, yeah, he was, yeah.
The monk's about to die.
I mean, he's been spot on here. He's done a really good job early game. Economically, it's been really good.
Oh, fast conversions.
Yeah. Now he's starting to wall off the top side, which he should have done 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But he's also picking up all the relics, so he's looking in prime position to bring this into post-imperial, being in an amazing position in post-imperial as well.
So do you go faster to imp with 3 TCs and not go to stone, or do you start going to stone at this stage to like secure your map a bit with a castle?
If I was Hera in Hera's shoes, I would probably go to stone because I want to be able to do a defensive castle in case I get pushed.
Yeah.
But Hera is now doing monk upgrades as well. Max is doing chainmail armor and he's sending villages forward, so the monk siege pikeman push is looking very likely to happen now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you compare farmer counts, Max actually has more farmers, so food-wise, it's definitely looking like Max is balancing his eco slightly better at this point.
Yeah, that TC on the gold, that was the only reason it confused me, was because I know from experience, adding a 2nd TC on gold when I already have a bunch of gold miners means that I won't have the wood and the food I might need. You know, Viper, it's one of the big takeaways I got from watching your tournament games is when you go to stone. Like, you would have gone to stone already in Hera's position because you know you have a lead. And right when it gets dicey, right when Max snowballs a push against you, you build a castle, and then you go in. So, now he's getting man-at-arms. That's
really interesting. But the thing is, man-at-arms as well, if Max siege micro is on point, man-at-arms can suddenly prove to be like a super waste investment.
Not to mention that Max still has some knights here as well, so with proper micro could be okay. This is quite a few knights from Hera, though.
Good first shot. Yeah, this is, I mean, village count as well is only 5 different. Max is doing a really good job to come like into this game again. Like, he's making all the right moves to be able to like stay in the game and apply pressure. Good debate by Hera here, but Hera's gonna have 10 idle villagers in that TC the rest of the game now, pretty much.
Yeah, well, let's see if he can get an uphill shot.
Will he delete his mangonel? He will not. Ooh, close.
1 for 1.
1 for 1. What? Oh, the target fire missed. I mean, he got it in the end anyway.
Yeah.
Hera did target fire there. So sometimes actually microing can hurt you.
Yeah.
That's the problem sometimes.
Doubts out there like,
Ooh, 4 monks though. This can be huge. Mangonel again. 1 for 1. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Deleted it.
Well, still 1 for 1. Not a barracks. I mean, the thing here is, Max already has all the infantry upgrades. He can just easily switch into longswords himself.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as he sees the longswords, would not surprise me if Max also immediately upgrades longswords himself. And look at the left side for Max. 11 villagers going to drop another town in the middle. Really unfortunate for Max how far the woodlands are in the center.
Yeah.
But, he's doing a really good job so far.
Where is Hera going? I feel like this... Okay, so Hera's plan is to defend with monks and longswords and counterattack with knights. It's actually not a bad plan. It's risky, but I think it's possibly the game-winning move if he gets in and does damage.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's 16, 17 knights. They can do so much damage.
Oh, wow. The TC will go up for Max. This might just let him know that the knights are coming in. Yeah. Yeah,
that's really good. If he sees this, that's really important. Max is sending more bills forward. I think he wants to do a castle drop as well now. But he knows, the knights are there now. That's unfortunate for Hera. Hera's on the way to Imp, though. He did balance his economy a lot. He has over 40 farmers now. So economy-wise, Hera's looking very sharp again.
Ooh, and that castle, it's not a very confident castle placement, is it?
Yeah, it's very strange. That's a castle if you're ahead.
Yeah.
It's not a castle you make if you're behind.
That's a good point. And Hera continues to go in despite Max seeing him. A nice walling from Max. I think this is okay. Just the fact that he got that TC up was good. He's sending all of his pikes back. If he wants to gate this off... Oh, no, never mind. Hera will probably get away anyway.
Man, Slavs are ridiculous. Look at all his army is made, and he's only got 27 farmers, and he's up to Imp as well. It's insane how this farm eco works.
So, scale mail now for Hera. More barracks, so he is going towards champion. Wouldn't at all surprise me to see him still go for Cavalier. Cavalier and even the armor upgrade.
Is he going for the monks? Okay, he didn't get a shot.
Oh, on the front. Sorry, I was too busy focusing on... I thought you were like pulling the T90 move and making a big deal about a female villager dying.
So. No, it was 6 monks in a line and the Magno was heading for them.
Yeah,
would have been sexy, but yeah.
Well, 4 relics for Hera, and he probably won't snag the 5th, but he's still in a great position. If he wins this, we go to game 7.
Yeah. Nice wall by Max so far. Will he get another one? Sounds like not. I mean, I like Hera's map control outside of the channel and like the tunnel in the center, right?
Yeah.
He's got scouts and spearmen on top, keeping some sort of vision. He just needs to find out what's his army composition going to be. I don't know if Max knows yet that it's going to be longsword. I mean, he sees barracks now.
I don't think
he might have an idea.
I don't think he saw longswords at all. Yeah, I saw him making bowyars. If he's making bowyars, he's probably expecting it, but...
He's going scorps.
A few scorpions, okay.
I like that move.
Well, if wow, he has a few in those siege workshops. Wow. I think Halb and scorpions can beat like straight two-handed swordsmen for sure.
Yes, agreed. First, Max needs to deal with the threat of 20 knights on his door, though.
Yeah.
Looks fine so far. He does have enough pikemen to deal with it.
Where did Hera build his castle? What do you think of that castle spot? His castle is kind of away from his army. Not a huge fan of that castle spot. I would have liked to have seen him build it where his two-handed swordsmen are right now, and then Treb from the same position. But here he comes, Siege Ram on the way. Two-handed swordsman in, the bowyars are coming out.
I think that castle reminds me of the castle from Max in Oasis game.
Yeah.
It's a little bit strange, but it might do some work eventually. Knights running as well. I mean, the pikemen are out of position, so knights are coming in to support as well. This castle definitely should go down.
Yep.
The question is now what Max has to answer otherwise. Yes, like 25 pikemen standing on the bottom side as well of his woodline. So, yeah, this pikeman army is not...
That's a lot of scorpions. That is a lot of scorpions. Scorpions, pikes. See, bowyars aren't all that good against the knights.
Yeah, and he's doing the upgrade. Oh, it's a bad thing. He's doing the upgrade as well for horses, which is he wanted to go more boyars.
Yeah.
But he only had one castle, and that castle's gone now.
Well, the scorpion just did work against the two-handed swordsman.
They're so sick.
Hera does have Siege Ram in here, but where's Hera's army now?
Those scorps are doing some work.
Wow. Now Hera is going for some more monk upgrades, so maybe he'll convert some of those. But it kills the castle. The rams will go down. The two-handed swordsman have to back up. Good play from Max, I think, but Hera's position still is much stronger. He has the relics. Could have even grabbed the 5th.
Hera does not have Drarsina, does he, right?
No, he doesn't. It's too expensive. Okay. Now remember, there was a game in this series where Hera had the relics, and he had a really good position in composition, and he threw that game versus Max. So, I know it's...
in this game... Does he actually have the composition right now?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like at the moment, he needs to find that composition. But let's see. I think Onager champion's fine. But I think the worrying thing is it looks like Max is gonna start raiding.
Yeah,
and it will put Hera on the back foot big time.
I love Max's move at adding those stables and just like he's playing the long game always. He's like, thinking, okay, sure, it's a stalemate now in the middle. Not much is gonna happen there. So what's the next step? Just start raiding. Spread your cavalry everywhere. You have slabs farmers. You can make 100 hussar with 10 farms. So you're fine. He's on the gold now, doing a lot of damage. This is... he still has the military lead. Obviously, Onager is going to be hard for him to deal with. I assume he will add Onagers himself.
Oh my god. But, dude, this is... I'm getting deja vu at the moment, Viper. because Hera has 2 castles in the same spot. He could have used a castle where he's getting raided right now. This is a big problem for him, and he has all these relics, but we know how good Max can be without gold and in these late game scenarios.
And Max is also dropping monasteries. He's gonna start converting those Onagers as well.
Yeah.
So Max is making like Hera puts himself in a great spot a couple of these games, but then he just like struggles to figure out how to end the game. Like what army to make, what exactly should he do there? Like it's sort of like it's like he doesn't know, right? Maybe he's lacking the experience. Maybe he's just needs to play these civs more.
Yeah.
These maps more and these things.
Well, do you think it's he wants to finish off the game in one fight, whereas he should be looking at it for and like it's a mini engagement every time. Like take small victories, it adds up towards the win instead of one big fight with siege rams and champions. Like that's...
I don't know. I mean, that push he made in the middle was obviously just to clear the castle and regain map control there.
Yeah.
Look again how he made his 2 castles. Both of them are in the same spot, doing the same job pretty much. That castle could have been on the hill where the Treb is standing right now. For example, it could have been a castle on the top. Like
oh my god! Earlier. Look at his lumber eco. Look at his lumber eco.
Full disaster.
He's
go on.
No, I was just gonna say he's making halbs, but Max is just running all around him. Max might control the wood to win this game.
Yeah.
He's all over the wood lines.
Hera's economy is complete shambles right now.
Wow.
That's the thing, Max. He recognizes when he has time to do these other things, right?
Yeah.
He recognizes, okay, I'm not in the threat through the center right now. I can hold like this, so he spreads his focus elsewhere. And
he thinks about it earlier.
Max has shown this game after game now. Whenever it goes to Imperial Age, he's just ready for that transition way sooner and way better than Hera is.
Oh my god!
The 2 Onagers. He's shooting the Trebs now.
Oh.
Traitors.
Wow.
That was Hera's moment to try and push the center.
And another conversion? Another conversion? The Scorpion killed an Onager?
Shoot the...
Oh, it's all falling apart.
Max just has the tools to hold in the center, and he's using the mobility to raid on the sides.
Yeah.
Look at the population. Hera's behind his villagers. He has to reboom constantly, keep making more mills.
Yeah.
And I think Hera's still struggling to actually figure out what army comp he wants.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have full upgrades on his infantry.
Yeah, he hasn't... like, there was a period in time where he had the lead, he had the relics, but he didn't think ahead. He just thought about, like, one big fight in the center. I love how Max has been able to show us how to play the game despite being at a disadvantage. At least, like, when I say disadvantage, at least with the relics and the gold control and such, because there's a lot more gold under Hera's control at the moment.
I mean, he was behind in economy as well early game, so...
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's making the right moves to slowly climb back and grabbing... He's grabbing whatever he can, wherever he can. He's also raiding in the bottom now, raiding on the top, raiding
he's everywhere.
Base. Yeah.
This is crazy. And now Druzina's on the way for Max. Wow, Druzina for Pikeman? Are you kidding me? All right, let's go. Crazy.
I mean, just look at the farm. Max has 50 farmers. Hera, I mean, he's a lot of idols, Hera. He needs to sort that out. But again, there's light cav coming in constantly. So
I love
really getting the time to
I love
relax.
Max's post-in play, man. Stables in the south, spamming. Now he's making stables, or sorry, barracks actually in the north.
And look at the bottom corner. He has 3 vills chilling there. Because he's ready to remake buildings as soon as it is calmed down.
Oh my god. Well, the Scorpions have been protecting this center area. They will continue to do so. Hera will have no luck raiding. He's spending a lot of time cleaning up the raids in his own base, and I think that's why the military population is so deceiving at the moment, Viper, because Hera has 20, 30 units just protecting farms and wood lines. Nothing is pushing.
I like Hera. Like, honestly, if Max just makes champion now on top, if he makes 20, 30 champion there with Arson, he can just completely wipe Hera's base there as well. I don't think he's gonna spend the gold on that. I think he'll keep the gold for other things, but yeah, I mean, I liked Hera's army comp early cast stage with the champion, but he needs to like figure out now what's the follow-up, what's next. He cannot stick with just halves and champions.
Yeah, I feel like the second that Hera decides to push Max in the center with infantry and siege, Max will just send more population to raid again.
Yeah. Max is also making stables now in the bottom, of course.
Oh my god, I would die if he chops that one tree on this wood line so we could run through. That'd be amazing.
I mean, look at the farm count here. Max just has so many more working farmers.
Yeah.
As long as he manages to...
Well, he has 1,300 food coming in every minute. It's only 600 for Hera. So Hera's eco balance is way off in comparison.
Max just sent like 4 champions walking slowly towards Hera's trebs, and he just took out a treb and a half. Just 4 random champions.
I was wondering why you're making noises.
Sorry, I was just coughing. I'm trying to mute whenever I have to cough, but...
yeah. I know, I feel a bit bad, because this has been such a long series. I figured we'd be in and out and you could rest, so...
Yeah, all good, all good.
But if Max finishes it off right here, man, he's getting the champion upgrades, Max. Hera's now getting Drazina, but Hera hasn't been fighting with his infantry in crucial areas. He's just defending.
Exactly. I mean, the score is very deceiving here. Hera's a 1k score lead, but that's because he's defending. He's the one who's killing all the units. Yeah. Max is completely dictating the game at the moment.
Wow, and I think Max, will he build a castle? Or did he run all the way over here with these villagers for wood?
I think it's just for wood, honestly.
Okay.
The bottom part is not that secure, so it makes sense to move there for wood. Siege workshop from Hera, though, adding champions. If Hera invests a lot of his champions now to the top side, he's taking a good fight in the middle as well.
Yeah,
the Hussar rates aren't really there anymore. No, Hera slowly... I mean, with 4 relics, that should be 5 relics at this point.
Yep.
Like, at some point, Max is going to be out of gold, and champions are just going to dominate everything.
Yeah, like, is the eco paying off now for Hera? Because Max couldn't push fast enough. He is castling the north, but Hera will still have wood, and he'll have the gold, as you said. Maybe if that food eco stabilizes a bit, he'll be in a better position. Like, Max is only getting 2-handed swordsman now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking Hera's position more and more now that he managed to stabilize. It was looking very messy there for a second, but he has actually stabilized very well now. And as soon as like the gold is completely out of the map, I think Max has 0 gold income right now.
He shouldn't have any because he doesn't. Yeah, 0.
Yeah, so like Max, he's on a timer now. He has to kill Hera within the next couple of minutes, really.
Yeah, but Hera has 70 military. It's only 50 for the Max. And much of Max's military are these Scorpions, which are really slow, so he can't push with them easily. If he tries to push with them, he'll get pushed because he won't have defense.
And he's losing a lot of buildings on the bottom side, lots of towns in there. The Scorpions are just moving through the center of the map. They're not contributing at all. The castle is looking like it's going down on the top. So this is looking very, very good for Hera. And honestly, looks like we have a game 7 on our hands.
Yeah. Man, I think the frustration comes in, for me anyway, is because we could see where Hera became unraveled. He's in a winning position, and we could see so clearly how he almost threw the position. But it's looking good now. 30 population lead, 20 military lead. He also has the better composition, at least for the moment.
Yeah. I think Hera as well. I mean, I think even just these 2 games is a huge learning experience for Hera.
Yeah.
Like the Goth game against Inca, I'm sure he's gonna think about that a lot.
Yeah.
And realize what he did wrong. And this game as well, I'm sure he's gonna think about it and wonder, like, why did this game end up being so close, considering the early game? And this is like, you need to play these types of games, even if you lose them, like the Goth and Inca. It's such a good learning experience.
Yeah, I feel like Hera's definitely one of the best when it comes to Dark Age, Feudal Age, even like early Castle Age. But it's the transition from Castle Age to Imp that gets him sometimes. And we saw that here today.
Yeah. Scorp numbers of Max as well has been shortened now to like just 11 Scorps.
Yeah.
He's getting clean on the bottom side. The sneaky stables are going to be gone. He's losing the top side. This is just looking better and better for Hera with every passing second.
Yeah, he's producing more. The key in these situations is having the rams. Max isn't making rams. And oh man, the Onager will flatten all the Scorpions. They were going to die anyway. It's always fun to see.
Good time, Mr. Max. To right. G. Okay, it didn't work. But
yeah, it won't be as dramatic now.
I tried.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, considering how he won that Inca against Goth game, it's understandable that he doesn't give up.
That's a good point. Yep, it's a good point.
Ooh, he actually cut through now with Onager, the wood, so he can sneak into the top. I mean, it was open anyway, but still cute.
Yeah, 150 pop. Now, funny enough, he's making Hussars. But he can't really get in. I think if Hera would just build a castle, maybe in the center, or maybe more towards the north, that would prevent some of those raids, but Max isn't in control now. He's not in a position to send any of his population into Hera's base. He has to defend, and you can't defend from champions and halbs with just Hussar.
Yeah. It's looking... I mean, he's losing on every single front now.
Yeah.
Max is. Like, top side is going to be cleaned. His idle, like all his farm eco in the top of the plateau is idle. He's trying to move down to the bottom side again now. He's trying to make a lumber camp, but the Rams are coming right away to shut that down. Again, he's trying to raid, but Hera did place a nice castle now on the top. So, yeah, Hera did a good job securing his base after those early shenanigans.
Oh, you mean the castle on his hill? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that castle. It's like where the Hussar wants to run through.
Yeah. Yeah, now if we look at the food per minute, Hera is at 1,400 food per minute. Max is at 800. And I think what Hera needs to do is just clean up the north. He's already cleaned up the south, and then it will be one big fight in the center, which he will always win.
Yep.
I'm not sure why Max isn't resigning, to be honest, because he doesn't have a single relic. It feels very much over, but...
And he's struggling to pass 150 population, or consistently stay over 150.
Yeah, I think if he were to dip, at least for me, if I... Maybe he's an autopilot and not thinking about it, but if I ever dip below like 120, 130, that's when I start to think, is this for sure over?
I think it's going to realize when he loses the top side, he's still trying to make stables along the edge of the map at the bottom. When he loses the top side now, the ramps are going to clean that, all the barracks are gone, it's going to be a lot of dead villagers. I think that's when Max is going to realize that, okay, there's no coming back from here. He's about to dip below 100 villagers as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a
the
matter of
woodlands are
time.
being raided to the center. Yeah, exactly. There's Max has no answers here anymore.
So Arabia, let's talk about Game 7 because it's for sure coming at this point. Arabia, they can obviously play with any civilization they have not used in the best of 7. I want to see
Hera Mayans and Max Goth.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I was thinking Franks possibly for Hera. Like Franks Mayans maybe, but it's a bit risky against Mezzo.
Yeah. You're likely to run into Mayans either way here.
Yeah.
95% Max plus GG. 95% of the players are going to pick Mayans in that situation.
Yeah.
So question then is, do you actually have a civ that you can compete with Mayans with?
Only one that comes to mind is Franks, and even then it's iffy, right? If players are really playing cutthroat with Mezzo civs, that could be better than Franks for sure.
Yeah, I think Mayans is a safe bet. I think Max is gonna go Mayans for sure. Hera, I think he loves Mayans as well. I think it has to be a Mayans war. Okay. I can't see any other civs competing.
All right, well, 507 kills for Hera. It was dicey for a second, but man, was his feudal age good. He didn't make life easy on himself with the lack of walls, but he played really good, so he'll go into Game 7 feeling confident. He was 3-1 down. I think this is a big takeaway with Hera recently. He falls behind in sets, and Hera 2 years ago might get tilted, might get frustrated, and then let that ruin the rest of the set for him. But he came back. Impressive stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely matured a lot as a player. I'm trying to think what other civs we might see. I'm thinking Hans could be an option, but then again, if you can choose between Hans against any civ against mines, you would like to have mines yourself, pretty much.
Yeah.
Maybe Aztecs. There's not really too many options there, so
yeah.
I think we're in for a mines war, but again, I would never like Frank's great civ. They can always compete a little bit. Hans. There are good civs still, but mines should be the top of the.
Yeah, I think as well. I think the only civs that we'll see here would be Mayans or maybe Franks. Like maybe, but like Slavs is gone, Aztecs is gone. Yeah, we'll see. Viper, if it's cool with you, if I could just mute myself on Discord for a few minutes, I'll be right back when the game starts.
Sure thing. Yeah.
All right.
I'll be back as well.
Yep. If I can find the mute here. Perfect. All right. So chat. The score is 3-3. This is a best of 7, and it is going to game number 7. This is exactly what we would have hoped for. When this series eventually ends, just remember I will be giving away some Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition keys. So exciting stuff. I'll also be doing some other things, and then we'll get right into community games. So thank you for hanging out. Tons of people here. I also owe you all gifted subs because I'm gifting 10 subs for every 100 subs that we get during the stream today. I think I owe maybe 20 to 30 subs, but we really need someone to keep track. That's what we need. Ducks, that's all on you, man. But thank you, Zolpi, very much for the 5 gifted subs. I'll just go through the names that I can while I have the time. This is shaping up to be the craziest stream that I've had, actually. With almost 1,000 subs already. But thank you, Integrity. Thank you, Anonymous, Azure Sentry again. And I know there were some big baby sharks. I want to go to those people. Thank you, Majestic. 36 minutes ago for that. There was another one as well. Just collective. Mwah. Okay, that was gross. Collective salutes goes out to you guys. Thanks. The schedule for the whole 24-hour stream is on the left. We've obviously cut into community game time. But after some community games, my brother will stop by and I will play him. Then we'll have more giveaways. Then the co-op challenge will begin between Tato, or with Tato, myself, and Dave against Ducks of Savior. Huang vs. Metal playing a big show match later on tonight. More community games. It really doesn't feel like that's 24 hours worth, but it is. Also, I know that there's people who are here who are new because I promoted it a bit on YouTube. And I see some new faces, so thank you guys for being here. And again, at the moment, because I have a cocaster Viper, I can't say hello and really spend all the time I'd like, but thank you. Yes, everyone's new. Perfect.
48 hours stream hype.
How far are we into this thing, by the way? Like, how much more time? Why am I going to this screen? What am I even doing? Why am I going to this screen? I don't know. How much more time? Okay, don't look at the time. That's the rule. All right, let me unmute myself so I can talk to Viper about the final game in this show match.
T90 nerd.
All right. So I imagine I'm muted on Viper's end.
T90.
But you know, he'll come in when he gets the chance. This is game number 7 in this big show match here today. Max is in the blue. He's playing as the Mayans, and Hera's also playing as the Mayans. Expect a lot of laming. Expect a lot of aggression. And everyone still has a restart, so if there is laming, they could always go for that. Yeah, hashtag September, indeed. Half off, guys. I have a feeling Viper's there and listening to me. Nah, I don't. I don't know, but yet again, I think Max is...
Hey.
Oh, hey, what's up? I knew you were there.
Coffee?
Yeah. Okay, so Hidden Cup to Arabia. Mayans War. Surprise, surprise.
Yes. And Hera getting the better map yet again.
Let's have a look here. Ooh,
I think so anyway. I mean, Stone in a Mayans War, I don't know if Stone is quite as important if it's like Aztecs versus Mayans, but certainly to have the stone in the back is nice, and I think the woodline options are better.
What is Max doing with these villagers. Was he looking for wood?
He's probably going to
Villagers
call
on
a
the right side?
restart.
I think this is a restart for
Yeah,
sure.
I would expect
His
it as
map is
well.
absolutely terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, the woodlands are so far. Yeah, Max is already out in the game, so I think we can just go back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think it's one restart for both of them. Wouldn't surprise me to see Hera call one if he has a rough map next time around. But, you know, game 7 all comes down to this. You really should call a restart.
Yep. No point taking a risk at this point. You come so far. No point.
Yeah. Oof. He was 3-1 up as well.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Hera should enter this map feeling super confident now. I mean, although last game, I think if I played a game like that, I probably wouldn't care. But like, if you let your opponent get into the game like that again after having quite the lead, it does do something to you.
I mean, I think Max could arguably be more confident, even though he let a 3-1 lead slip, just because he had no relics and almost came back. But it depends on how the person views it. Every mind is different.
Agreed.
Yeah, so this is essentially one game for $500, right? Because the loser gets $250, winner gets $750. But I think more than anything, these guys just want like the prestige of it all.
Pretty much.
Anything new you can share
If Viper
about
and I
it,
could
tweet
share
it.
some
I am very
news about
excited.
Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, we would, guys.
Totally.
Team Indigo.
You sound so enthusiastic about that.
7 months plus.
Well, you know me.
Thanks for
I'm
all
really
the
excited
great
about
content.
everything.
D90.
I tried to explain, like, it's some of the Age of Empires pros. Like, I tried to explain the way their personality works compared to mine. Like, I've never seen you, like, roll on the floor laughing, like, full-on laugh for more than, like, 5 seconds. But I could tell, like, when I get a giggle out of you, that's, like, compared to myself, it's very different.
Yeah. I rarely like burst out laughing.
Yeah.
I'll more
I do
like,
it all the time.
laugh for myself a little bit, like small inside laughing.
Yeah.
I rarely like burst into laughter.
I wonder if that's is that a Norwegian thing?
I don't know. I mean, Norwegians in general are very like, we're not very outgoing people in general.
Fair enough.
We don't like strangers. No offense.
That's all right.
No, I don't know.
I think it's probably just how you guys grew up, you know.
Sort of.
In a way.
Yeah, I've never had that. I know a lot of people like look at Jordan, for example. If he laughs, he would be like he can't control himself. But
and it's very aggressive too. It's like very loud, yeah. That's true. Yeah. So it can't be a German thing, right? It has nothing to do with you moving to Germany, of course.
Yeah. For sure. Jordan TheMax, he had the 10-second idle time in his TC before he started Loom.
Really?
I say Hera had the same. That's weird. I guess they did houses and scouting first and then Loom.
Yeah.
Usually you do Loom and then house, scout.
Well, anyways, maps look a little bit more balanced. I think Max will be happy to see the wood lines, but the hill could certainly be a problematic area for him.
I think Max is not going to be happy.
Yeah, he's got forward berries, which is always tough against man-at-arm builds, whereas Hera has like the back berries, right? And I think just this hill in general is going to give him the problems because of the stone and the gold.
Yeah, would not surprise me to see Max go forward here. Like his map is just too. It's like if you don't have control of the front space, you lose access to 3 of your main resources.
Yeah.
Of course, he has a back gold, but that's about it, right? His second stone is even closer to Hera than himself, pretty much.
He's also a bit unlucky because he's running forward to Hera's base. Hera's found all of his sheep.
Oh, Hera might find his boar. And he doesn't have a restart. Oh, he sees it. He sees it.
This could be huge.
Oh, he's going for it. Is he? He might not.
Max hasn't scouted his own boar, though.
Yeah. I don't think Hera wants to take... Oh, he's thinking about it. Okay, it seems pretty far, so he's going to go for it, yeah.
Okay, Viper, what's your... Wait. Hold on a second.
If Max runs back straight now...
They could just boar swap, but ideally Max could block that and kill the eagle. Nope.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I want to see a repeat. I want to see a repeat of what happened to you in MBL. Just passing.
Yeah. Oh, that both.
Oh.
They're just trading. They're just trading. It's good. I think it's good for the game at least that the game 7 that no one has extra boar.
Yeah. Well, that was a funny moment. Max hadn't even scouted his boar, so this is almost easier for him.
Yeah.
But what are your? Can I get your brief opinion on laming? Because what I hate, for example, is one person losing a boar, having a slightly worse map, and then that's the end of the game. You know, I hate that. Do you think that? Because I know that the Who is Number 2 event had some restrictions on laming. Do you think that there should be restrictions on laming, or like at least in 1v1s possibly?
I think there shouldn't be restrictions on laming, but I think they need to do a better job at making things more fair in general.
Yeah, yeah.
Like laming, I'm fine with laming as a part of the game, but again, like it's just completely luck based.
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
run forward and run into 4 of your enemy sheep and a boar, that's not skill. That's you sent your eagle right forward the right way. Good job, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm kind of torn on it as well.
Yeah.
Like for example, sorry to interrupt. As these eagles are fighting, this is huge. This is really close. I think.
Ooh.
Oh, Hera wins.
I think Max is in big trouble. He barely has scouting of Hera's base.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is already looking very, very good for Hera.
Yeah, and Hera has as the kind of the better map as well. But anyways, like it's so hard, especially with Arabias, to find a map that's going to be balanced all the time. Like I think Hidden Cup 2 Arabia was definitely the worst map in Hidden Cup because it can be very inconsistent at times. Even though I had like lots of players testing it and stuff prior to the event, so it's a hard thing. It's like the beauty of Age of Empires is that it's so random and so different all the times, but also that can kind of lead into some rough situations for players.
Yeah, I mean, I love the randomness of Age. That it's always
for sure.
fresh. Like every map is different, every game is different. But of course, no one likes to lose a game straight up just because of luck.
Yes, exactly.
Like I like that part to be in there, but I wish it was a little bit less.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's tough to balance, right? Like, what do you do? Put boars and sheep closer to TCs to prevent laming? Then it's like a fast castle all the time, you know? It's like the old green Arabia, so.
I think if they could just make it in a way where, okay, both players have the exact same distance of their boars, of their gold, of their stone. It can be different angles, different position, different this, different that.
Yeah, okay.
As long as everything was in the same distance of both players.
Okay.
That'll be fine.
Makes sense. I was just curious to your opinion on it, because I didn't think you've ever been outspoken against removing laming or stopping people from doing that, but I know that there's always going to be some imbalances, which can be rough at times.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like laming. I don't like laming.
Yeah.
I prefer to play games without laming, because I feel that those are more skillful. But, of course, laming is a part of the game.
Yeah, okay.
And there's ways to stop and deal with laming as well. You just have to take precaution. Like take your boards earlier, scout better. There are always ways to deal with things, right?
Yep.
But yeah, in the end, like I don't like laming, for sure.
Well, speaking of scouting, Hera is using that weak scout. And he's in the process of walling up his base. Pretty clean build for him. Everything looks normal. Sometimes, yeah, the first person to go forward can oftentimes benefit because they have a little bit more time at home. I think Max needs that, but he can't run past that wood line without being hit.
Ooh, Hera added a 4th. Ooh, great start for Hera. And Hera also added a 4th militia. Max is going only for the 3.
So Max will go...
I feel like it's going to add a range very fast. I think they should cancel men-at-arms. At least Max should. Oh, he did a good job picking off one, though. Good job by Max, for sure. The range should go up now. He needs to wall in that villager as well.
Yep.
He's still committing with the men-at-arms. I guess it's alright since he did manage to pick off one of the men-at-arms.
Yeah, and I like what he's done with the right side of this wood line, not investing into aggressive walls, but just the safe walls. Same on the gold. He should, with a gate, keep Hera out from the wood line. It might even tempt Hera to run in so he can shoot him with the TC.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
That always makes me feel so good when my opponent garrisons their TC for that long and they don't get any shots.
Yeah. Both of them adding an archery range immediately as well. I wonder if Hera will go with the same ranged blacksmith approach, or if he'll do a second range now.
Well, yeah, that's what Hera did in game 1, and he's so good at it. He does it with non-meso civs as well.
Max added another man-at-arm, but he almost sent it into his death. I guess so far, I mean, close game so far, of course.
But Hera has taken the initiative. Hera's safe at home. Hera can take the deer, right? So I think this is exactly like game 1. Max had a rougher start, and it's up to Hera now to take small advantages from his position.
Both of them are going blacksmith as well, ranged blacksmith, and Hera's already got fetching on the way.
Yeah.
Max is dropping a blacksmith now, it's on the way. There is a time window here where Hera can micro with his fetching archers. So it's gotta be, he has to be very careful here now, Max.
What do you think about him attacking that villager? Do you think that... Oh!
Kill the eagle, it's one shot.
Oh, man. The villager goes down. I think it's worth it for Hera to have dove in there.
Nice trap. But there are...
Yeah, now the archers are there, right? So now it's all about archer numbers, and Hera picks off the archer, and now we'll micro all day. This is looking really bad for the Max. He'll lose a villager as well.
He doesn't have gold fletching yet.
Oh, man.
He had an eagle as well. 2 eagles, actually. I like that choice, actually.
Oh, now getting scale mail, so maybe a change of plans.
Ooh, so he's not going to do fletching at all. He's going to go full eagles. Okay. I like it. It's interesting. I don't think it's the best choice, but considering the opening, I don't dislike it.
And maybe it's better because if he's trying to go straight archers, he'll be behind in that, so...
Yeah. And also he has 4 men-at-arms alive still that will benefit from the upgrade as well.
Yep.
And mixing in a few skirms to support. Yeah, I like it. Maybe fletching would have been a better opening though. Opening investment.
Yeah, because if Hera plays this correctly, he'll never get hit.
Yeah, exactly.
He's microing like a man with confidence at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
This is really good work from Hera. Wow.
Oh, I think Max misplayed a little bit there. He should, like, the man-at-arms should have been there as well. Yeah, Eagle again from Hera as well. That's a really good addition for sure. Very tricky for Max. Oh, he's doing fletching now. Okay.
Will he have the skirm numbers? Is 3.
There's like, these are the toughest fights in Age of Empires because it's just 2, 3, 4 units. One mistake loses you the game. Yeah. These battles are really hard to play.
And I think that Eagle addition made a huge difference. And Max lost so many skirms to just 1 Eagle.
And he's 4 villages behind. 5 villages behind right now.
Yeah.
It's looking really, really good for Hera.
Yeah, and Hera's fully walled. He's untouched. Oh, yeah. That was really well played from Hera. Like, the whole transition, everything about it was so clean.
Yeah. The faster fletching definitely caught Max completely off guard here.
Yeah.
And Hera's economy at home is looking super nice as well. He's closing in on Castlage as well. He's going to do wheelbarrow, and then he's going to be pretty much ready to click up. While Max is just scraping together whatever he has in order to try to survive. So yeah. I don't want to call it too soon. But
it's not very good for Max.
Yeah, it's looking really bad.
But how many times have we said that? We've said that almost every game. And then in some of the games that Max some of the games where Max has won, he's come back. Yeah. So Hera just needs to see this through, man. He's done everything right. 16 kills, 10 deaths, better eco. He just needs to see this through and win the best of 7.
It's a little bit of a shame though that it comes down to the last game and then Max's map is just absolute
I know.
Trash.
Yep.
It's a little bit of a shame.
Yeah, I'm with you there for sure.
Yeah.
Especially after calling the right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But as well, he could have done better. He could have dealt better with the early push from Hera as well though. Oh, Hera now doing double bit axe, so he definitely cut some corner there.
Yeah. But I think there's a very clear difference between these two in those mini micro engagements. Like Hera seems to be so much better in those situations. So I think obviously that the hill on the front is going to hurt Max, but I think the micro from Hera is always going to give him a small lead, especially if he gets the faster fletching like that.
Yeah, Hera's definitely been microing better than Max throughout the whole series, really.
Yeah.
That's why it seems that Max also is avoiding those types of fights. He doesn't want to fight 5 archers against 5 archers.
Yeah.
He always tries to play safe and only fight when he feels like he can take a good engage no matter what.
Oof, well, I think Max is going to need a bit of help now. Hera needs to throw away numbers and then some. because Hera will soon be in Castle Age. Max is just now researching Wheelbarrow. So clinical from Hera.
Yeah, Hera also has those 5 archers and the top 6 archers, and they're going to be crossbows as well, and going to break through the palisade really fast. And he has the lead in every single aspect of the game right now.
Yeah, and Max's eco balance is way off as well. It's like he wanted to go Eagles, so he sent more to gold. He's now making 1 barrack Eagles.
Yeah, and now he's on stone. He's moved to stone because he feels he needs more towers to be safe. I feel like the Eagle play honestly was a panic reaction to the pressure.
Yeah, probably. Would make sense. Yeah, and if he was thinking about needing these towers earlier, it would have been wise to go to stone. Just now, he doesn't have the stone for a tower. And Hera will just micro all over him.
Oh, yeah. This looks like it might be GG right here.
Yeah, feels like it.
From both sides. Everything is trapped. Honestly, he can even just run in under the tower. There's nothing Max can do except lose units.
Yep. Yeah, Max still hasn't clicked up to Castle Age, and Max calls the GG. Hera comes back from 3-1 down and wins the best of 7. 2 very quick Arabia games in this set, and 3 very, very long non-Arabia games. But we finally got there, Viper. It was really competitive, really close.
It was definitely very close. I mean, very bad luck for Max, though, with the both Arabia games. His map was just so much worse, both Arabia games. But of course, Hera played those games really well as well. And I mean, Max showed as well during that the Inca Goth War. That's pretty much already a classic. So they both have shown really high level of gameplay today.
Well, I don't know if you had anything else to say, man, but it was a pleasure having you cast with me. 4 hours, was it?
Yeah, it was
4 hours.
Almost 4 hours.
Whew.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I know you're sick, and it was a great time having you here, and everyone in the chat really loved your insight.
I'm never going to become a caster, man.
Never? Okay. Whew, my job is safe.